That guy, I guarantee you, he's gonna go places.
Chat. Hello. Good evening. American Fury. Yes. Yes. Hi. Un paseje. Un paseje. Oh God.
La
Whoops.
La
There we go.
computadora personal.
What does that mean? Is that your favorite type of toast, or?
Personal.
Okay, Red.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Actually, can we keep that? That actually looks
Yeah,
pretty
you
good.
like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
that doesn't
I
make
love
you
it.
too mad.
Yeah, as long as
Right?
you're not about to quit the show because we were trying to make you laugh. But anyway, welcome
That actually
everybody
makes me
to episode 93. Look at that, just in time. Welcome everyone, episode 93, the Renegade Realm podcast. Sorry about the little delay. I almost flipped my fucking lid because nothing was working, literally. So it's great. But here we are. We're all live and happy and laughing and just so happy to be here. And shout out to everyone in chat. Thank you guys for being patient. Lotus Esprit says smash that thumb. Smash that thumb and sub. Thank you. Game Adaptation Newscast. Timmy. Andrew Cullinane. Yes. He says, hey now. King Styles is here. Game Seeker. What's up, man? Barry Donnellan, channel member, as well as Game Seeker. King Styles is here. Did I already say that? Yes. Drake Williams. 4XP Gaming. What's up, man? He said, glad you're... Oh, yeah, earlier they said, I hear voices. I love that. Let's see. William Riggs is here. Slow Lark as well. American Fury. Yes, thank you. Now my evening is...
Slow Lark,
Peak.
thank you for sending by. Slow Lark actually sent me like a great, and he phrased it great coffee table thing, a book of like the history of D&D and tabletop RPGs, like a nice hardcover, and it was actually pretty. I looked into it. It was actually pretty cool. So thank you for sending that my way. I love that.
Thank you. I love you too.
That wasn't for you.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that was... I tried. Biff Rinaldi, what's up,
I
man?
tolerate
Biff. Listen, get in line, am I right? Jax82, Toxic Buttwind, we're complete. We're absolutely complete.
Just need Harry to show up.
We just need a Harry Ballsack to show up, and then Toxic Buttwind and him can have a great day. 4XP Red Wolf, happy birthday to you. Today? I hear we share the same birthday. No, it's...
Wasn't your birthday last month?
It was. Today's my mother's birthday, so maybe that's my mama. My birthday was on the 14th of January. Holly was on the 7th of January. DeMarco's birthday is tomorrow, actually. So happy birthday to DeMarco. Happy early birthday to him. Just want to congratulate you.
To Marco, is it actually your birthday tomorrow?
Yes.
No, God. What's February's birth sign? What is it?
Scorpio.
It's Aquarius.
Yep.
Aquarius.
Aquarius? Do I seem like an Aquarius to you?
You seem like a very orientated. You seem like you like sex, so that's what Aquariuses are all about, right?
What?
I don't know. Listen, my only
We
reference.
are the water bearers. Aquarius are the water bearers. Like,
Okay,
Yeah, and if
they're
you've
like
seen if you've seen Avatar: The Way of
mermaid.
Water, you would know that we're born in the sea, and we die. We're born in the water, and we die in the water, and
we were born.
all there is water, and it's the way of water.
So what you're saying is you're a mermaid?
No,
I have
I'm not
a
even
story.
an Aquarius.
I have
Because my
a story
birthday's
about
not
this.
tomorrow.
Totally not related to gaming, but we're already
Please.
not related to gaming.
This is not
so.
a gaming podcast, if you didn't know.
I had this friend that I used to work with, and he was always like, what happened? And I would tell him the story of something that had happened to me, right? Totally out of the blue, something I didn't ask for, some crazy stupid thing that has happened. And this happened like 3-4 times, and he was like, you're totally an Aquarius. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, before I was married, I would like study astrology to pick up chicks because I thought that would like be a good conversation starter and stuff. And he's like, I actually really read about all of the signs. And he was like, legitimately, Aquarius. He's like, every Aquarius I've ever known, they always have these like crazy life things happen to them that they in no way like instigated themselves, but just occur. And they always have to like, deal with it, and there's all these like they always have these stories. And I was like, yep, it's true.
That is true.
Smell it.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. And happy birthday to 4XP Gaming. I totally misunderstood what you were saying, but I wanted to say that out loud. Happy birthday. I think that the 4XP guys, they're all the same age, and they all have the same birthday at the same time. They went to school together at the same time, and then they married triplets, so they all have the same wife. No, I'm kidding.
Have you seen those identical twins that married each other? Like the girl
And then
the
had
girl
children
twins married
exactly
boy
the same?
And then they had twins, and they have the exact same. Like the kids had kids.
What?
Well, they had kids, and they all have the exact same DNA. They're like, they like brother and sister without being brother and sister.
That sounds illegal.
That, yeah, I was gonna say, like, how can we
And they
live
like bought this
vicariously?
big house, and they live on different ends of the house. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
That is crazy. He said all
So
these
what if
facts
you
are
mis-
true.
What if one of the twins mistakes their twin for the other twin? Okay.
We're not going down. I'm not going down this. I'm leaving the
He's
show.
like, honey,
if this
that's
is where it's
Hey,
going.
I want
they're
to
not-
talk about games, so I'm with you, man.
Well, listen, in 4XP, I'm glad you.
You know,
I'm so glad that you get to humor here.
Markiplier's podcast, Distractable. That's what they call their podcast. I think, honestly, Red, your show should compete
Is
for
better?
that title.
Oh, yeah. Like, we could come up with like a synonym.
Just call it Squirrel. Squirrel.
Yeah, the Renegade Squirrel podcast.
The Renegade
which-
Squirrelcast.
Just
Yeah,
call
the
it
word-
Squirrel.
I love that.
Squirrel.
The squirrel. Welcome to Squirrel, everyone. Episode 90. I don't remember. What was that? I'll be right back.
93.
Assassin, do you want to tell
Yes.
us about your week? What you've been playing? So you get back on
So
track?
yeah, so what I've been playing this week. So I'm pretty sure everyone here already knows that Sony fucked up. We couldn't play anything online, so thankfully, because I still support physical discs, I was able to play the Dead Space remake, which
This
I did
nerd, huh?
download. Huh?
Now then,
Split
continue.
games.
Well,
Don't
excuse
worry
me.
about it. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Well, okay,
Okay.
so I've been playing the Dead Space remake. I wanted to stream Prey this week, but because of Sony's fuck up, I couldn't do that until today. So yeah, I've been playing Dead Space again. That game is so good. I wish you guys. Who here has and hasn't played it?
I beat the living shit out of it. I lived in that game. You can go look. I have around 40 hours in it in one playthrough because I did all the backtracking because it really, really leaned into the Metroidvania.
You did all the side quests?
Yes, yeah, I did all that. Unless I'm missing something on my achievement list, but because you can backtrack so much, so you're in it. It's not linear anymore, and that was my favorite part about that whole game. Absolute masterpiece. It was so good. It was so good.
That game was my game of the year in 2023. I know there's a lot of discussion about whether remakes should be considered for game of the year, but as someone who'd never experienced Dead Space before that game, or before the remake, it was a new experience for me. I wish Motive was remaking too, but apparently Battlefield is more important. And Iron Man. God damn it.
Yeah, what happened to that Black Panther game from EA?
Oh, that's still coming. From Cliffhanger, their new studio.
That one
Yeah, that's
actually
still
looked
coming.
Really cool.
We haven't seen it yet. It was just announced. We only saw
Oh,
the
what was the one
art.
that we saw?
Marvel.
You're talking about
It was
Captain
a-
America, and yes, Black Panther.
Oh
is
yeah,
a-
Marvel 1943: The Rise of Hydra.
yeah,
That one
and
looked
it's
really-
got
I mean,
what's
visually.
his name? He's a voice actor too. He's been in video games forever, but he was really
Carrie
well
Payton.
known from. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Carrie
he was in
Payton.
The Walking Dead. He was Ezekiel in The Walking Dead. He's so awesome. I love that they got him to play Black Panther. That was that was something that I always wanted. I never knew that I wanted until he showed up, and I'm like, Ezekiel, where's your hair on your tiger? Anyway, yeah. So I'm glad that you didn't get completely locked out of happiness this weekend. Or this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna play a bit of Persona 3 Reload, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole for the fourth time.
Man,
Not yet, anyway.
I kind of been wanting to play it. I've been thinking about Persona because I'm like, it's been like almost long enough for me to replay 5, and I'm like, stop. I'm doing what you're doing.
Well, maybe,
Like,
stop trying to play the first Witcher and actually play Persona 3.
I know. I put myself.
Stop playing
in this
older
position.
games.
I put myself in this position. Now I'm back on The Witcher, and I'm
It's
just not
not
going to be
Red's
done.
fault that older games are better. That's not,
Thank you, DeMarco. Thank you.
that's not.
Yep. Because after Dragon Age, I was like, all I wanted was a good, dark, serious RPG. Like, funny.
Well, yeah.
You know, and I had to go back to The Witcher. I'm like, it's the only thing that I have.
Well, that, Red, I understand, because you want to wash the shit out of your mouth.
Yes, exactly.
With
yes,
something
exactly.
good.
It's Witcher-flavored Listerine. Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic.
Listerine commercial voiced by Doug Cockle.
He's like, tastes like rain.
Have you seen the Sirens of the Deep?
No,
It
I'm
came
gonna
out.
watch it tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I really don't know how I feel about the Witcher underwater,
It's
like
here.
Aquaman.
It came. It released.
I know, and I'm gonna
watch
come. I'm gonna watch
that-
it later.
See
So
that show? You can watch. You can watch it.
you can touch
taste
it too.
You can touch it.
You can with Witcher flavored Listerine. I love it. Witcherine.
Witcherine.
Oh, that's funny. Slow Lark, I just saw your post. Thank you for doing that, man. I appreciate it. Quote tweeted the show going up. I really appreciate it. Cool. Well, hey, DeMarco, you got your mouth all warmed up, ready to go. You want to keep?
What's the? There's a
I'm
thing.
off
There's
today.
a thing.
Yeah.
The
go
lips, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth. You know that
ahead.
exercise?
Lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue.
The lips, the teeth, the tip
Yeah.
of the tongue. It's a vocal exercise that you do that I guess it's just for enunciation. So you practice each kind of way that your tongue it can move in your mouth basically when you're speaking. So it helps you
Okay.
say like the lips, the teeth,
The
the tip of the
Human
tongue.
Torch was denied a bank loan. The Human Torch
The Human Torch was denied a
denied a
It's
bank
I don't
in.
know.
loan.
Have you seen Just Go With It? The
No.
Adam Sandler movie. It is the
I've
best
heard
Adam
of Adam
Sandler movie
Sandler.
that's ever made. It's the best one. It's the best one. It's so good. There's a girl in there that's been in some other movies, kid, and she does that as her like little vocal exercise. She's like, repeat with me, and then she does the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue.
The lips, the
And
teeth,
then-
Okay.
It's working. It's working. That's
Full circle. Look at that.
That's working. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. I haven't done too much gaming this week. I did a little bit. I talked a little while last week about Darkest Dungeon 2 and sort of that new mode. And I've been doing some Darkest Dungeon 2, but that's really about it. I saw the Civilization 7 has released now too, and it came out exactly as we were expecting, to mixed reviews, where you need to wait for updates for them to fix the game and make it better, which I thought was
Classic.
hysterical because it's exactly what all of us predicted. And so there you go.
They made
But
a
I'm
lot
excited.
of changes to it. A lot.
It's very which can be a good thing or a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes to it, which I think on the one hand, like that's why I appreciate what Red Hook Studios did with Darkest Dungeon. And they basically, the first game and the second game, you can like both of them for different reasons because they are so unique from one another in how they play and feel. And when you go and you look at Civ 6 versus Civ 7, it's very much the same. So you're not right or wrong for liking one or the other. They're just different experiences, and you could go back to each of them and like them. And I kind of like that approach a lot personally. But people just said it feels feature incomplete. Like these things don't make sense. This
changed
is
it so
unbalanced
that
over here.
The famous people aren't tied to the specific civilizations anymore.
Yeah, you can mix and match them, so that's a
Mhm.
huge change. And
There's
then
no
when you get
barbarians,
to
they
it,
changed barbarians. They finally
the
fixed-
barbarians are completely different. When you get to a new age, also, it kind of you can
Mhm.
change
There's
your
3.
leader, I think, between ages, so that way you could kind of pivot your strategy in the middle of a game, which is a huge difference too. So, some people will like that, some people will hate it, and again, it incentivizes. Hey, you like Civ 6? Go play Civ 6. You like Civ 7's changes? Go play Civ 7. You're not wrong for liking one or the other. You're not wrong. You do what you want. And so I do like that approach. But again, I'm sure we'll see a video from the Spiffing Brit. Civ 7 is a completely balanced game with no problems whatsoever. And we'll see just how broken the game actually can be. I love the Spiffing Brit in those videos, so shout out to him. He doesn't need our shout out, but shout out to him anyway.
Shout out to him. Yeah. Well, look at you go. Holly, what you been into? Do you have
finished Dungeons
PTSD
and
every time
Dragons.
you go to take a drink on a show?
Yes.
Because you're like,
Me too.
wait,
I'm
no,
like
it's not gonna
waiting for it.
happen.
I'm like,
It's gonna be like, yeah, I know. It's so funny every time it gets me. Oh, look at your little Valentine straw. You are so like all about the themes and the holidays. Look at that. Look at that.
look
So
at my
cute.
cup.
Oh, they're what are those called? Little candies?
Conversation hearts.
Is that what they were called? I thought they had like a name.
Yeah.
Like,
They're called
Sweetheart,
conversation hearts.
no,
they're
that's what
just-
I wanted to say
Sweeties
too.
is the brand.
They're just candy
Sweeties, I
hearts.
think.
They're
Okay.
disgusting. It doesn't
Conversation
matter.
heart.
They're disgusting.
It's just sugar.
No, they're good. When they're soft and like brand new, like they get hard quick though.
I
Well,
will hope
and-
it is brand
sometimes it's
new.
not
I hope.
always-
And Happy Bomb isn't here yet. But she's
Oh, look at
Look
that.
we
That
have
is
matching
fantastic.
earrings if she ever shows up.
Do you have matching cups?
Cup.
And do you? Oh my God, that's fantastic. I love that. Happy Bomb,
And I have
come look.
my Valentine's gnomes out. And I got my heart cherries and I got my heart disco ball. We're all complete.
We're all complete.
Oh, and I
I've-
even have my t-shirt today is a ghost where his sheet is white with hearts on it and it says be my boo.
Boo!
I love that.
Be a little boo.
That is just not even legal. How cute that
Mm.
is. That's not even right. Just stop this.
Be a
Stop
little
this.
boo thing.
So yeah, besides decorating. uh
Oh, there's look there's Happy Bomb.
Happy Bomb!
There
Did
we
you
go.
see? Did you see? Did you see? I got my heart straw and my conversation heart cup.
You're all it out.
Yeah, Happy Bomb.
I am.
Yep. Look at that.
Anyway, there's enough of that silly girly stuff. Oh, thank you, Lotus.
Oh, thanks, Lotus. Thank you so much. Lotus.
So I went back to indie because I got really close. Well, I thought I was close to the end. I had kind of set it to the side a little bit. So I really wanted to go back and finish it, especially before Avowed. But there's a lot more, and I did this mission. It was so cool, and I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I talked to Colt about it last night a little bit, and he said yeah, that was one that was like really cool, and they didn't want us to talk about it in previews because they wanted people to like learn about it themselves.
Yeah.
So if you've done a mission in the jungle area in the temple and there's a very specific thing that you keep encountering and then there's kind of an end resolution to it, which is very vague, but I really don't want to give it away for anybody who hasn't got there yet.
I'm
It's,
really excited
very
to
cool.
play it.
I
I saw
played
this.
that section and I'm trying to think of what you're talking about.
The lake level, yes. So you go
There's
into...
a lake in the game.
I know, right? Ruined it. Spoiler.
No, that was in the trailers actually. They show it in the trailers. You in a boat, so
It's the one where you have to find the right pillar to go down, and like you have to go through certain. You're being chased in between points, and you have to get from each point to point in between these pillars, and then eventually you make it into this temple through these pillars, and you're being chased to the point where you get there, and then there's a whole level.
Oh, okay.
world.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yes. It's really good level. It's very good. It's Indiana Jones. It's the last like big section that you work in. It's in Siam, maybe. It's very jungle. Very cool. Anyway, so I've been really working on trying to get that done. I finished Dungeon of Hinterberg last week. Fallout 76. They have some Valentine's themed stuff, so I've been trying to get the Valentine's stuff from my camp. And yeah, and then I haven't loaded Call of Duty up in like 2 weeks.
Had
So
to detox.
I realized today, oh crap, that Terminator event is going on, and I only have like a week left. So
I shared that to you.
Yes.
Okay.
And
you
so
saw it.
I panic opened it today, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta go get stuff so I can get the Terminator stuff. So I'll be playing Call of Duty quite a bit this week.
That's fantastic.
And finishing Indie. That's it.
There's a new zombies map.
Yeah, I want to play it.
And we never
I'm
really
waiting
did the
for-
other one. I jumped
didn't
into it.
either.
I jumped
Yeah.
into it for a little bit. I like it. I like the new one.
The new one?
Yeah, I like it quite a bit actually. Because it's not like grotesquely large, as far as I
Okay.
could tell. But it seems like I didn't get very far. I was just doing it solo. But it seems like there's a lot of really the way that the Easter egg I want to think might play out is actually kind of more. I want to guess that it's less nonsensical than some of the other ones.
Mm.
Like the one in
Well,
the one in
I want to
the,
play
the
any zombies at any point. So
I do want to get back into that again. But the one in the that we did, the smaller map that at launch, I forgot what it's called. The town.
Liberty Falls.
Liberty
Mm.
Falls. That, like, doing that Easter egg where you gotta go and then you gotta suck up this thing and then do the thing and then charge this thing and then do that 3 times. It was just
And then
like,
run back to the workbench to make
yeah, it was just.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this one is the same way, but I don't know. We'll see. But I like the map.
Great.
Good. I haven't loaded it yet, but might try it.
Cool.
It's not as much fun though alone, because zombies is so intense. It's more fun in a group.
Oh yeah.
William Riggs says, "What's up, butting and happy bomb?" I think that's a typo, but or
Oh,
not.
maybe it's butt wind.
Oh, okay, just auto-corrected to butting. Shout out to Umbra. What's
It was
up,
like no.
man? No, we're not gonna let you. We're not gonna let you do that. I did want to say thank you to all the channel members each week. I'm trying to figure out a way to like get a list of everything together. Just to, I don't know. YouTube does not make it easy for you to create a channel member list. It just makes you work hard to. It makes everything hard. In all the wrong ways. But thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you to Lotus for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Just straight up blue number. And yeah, I've been obviously playing The Witcher. I've been doing this thing. Like, you guys know I'm like a freak with like immersion and stuff like that. To the point where it's like, why would you, what the hell are you doing? You know what I never thought about? Geralt is like always in his armor. Even in moments of the game where like you're not fighting anything for like hours and hours. And I'm like, and I'm playing on a higher difficulty, by the way.
Take him out of his armor.
Huh?
Wasn't
You
there
can
a
dress
scene where he was
I
fighting
know, I did.
someone in just
You
a
can-
bathrobe?
You can
Yes,
you can
yes.
strip him down.
That happens. And there are moments like
Like
in the
I'm-
books where he's just like sitting by a campfire without his armor because he's like needs to wash it or whatever. And so I just got to Novigrad and I'm like almost like 50 hours in. And yeah, I just got to Novigrad. I'm 50 hours in. And I'm just wearing his boots, pants, and the t-shirt. The t-shirt with the well, it's just literally just like this, with a necklace and everything. And there's something about it. I don't know why, but like it feels like that should have been like a forced thing. I don't know. It sounds so dumb, but like it doesn't make sense for Geralt to be running around with his armor on all the time in moments where you don't fight forever. It's kind of like whenever you go on the Normandy in the Mass Effect. It's like Shepard's not going to be wearing his armor all the time. What are you doing? Come on, relax, man. Anyway, so I've been playing The Witcher.
Yeah, sometimes it just, you know what? Sometimes it just works.
Sometimes it just works. And speaking
Sometimes
of
it
it just works, I've also
works.
been playing Starfield on the side, just getting all that going. You can't not play Starfield for like 4 hours at a time. So like I like jump in and I'm like, what was I doing? What time is it? Never mind. Because you just can't drop in and drop out, especially with the mods that I have, the achievement friendly mods that I have, where you have to fast travel. Sorry, there is no fast travel. There's a fuel system, so every time that you jump, Ollie's like, shoot me in the head. That's terrible. Yeah, you literally have to be in your ship and take off, and you had to be in space to then choose where you need to go, and you might not be able to make it because you don't have enough fuel. You have to pay for it, and it just made everything feel so like it makes everything feel so much more important. Like whenever you think about traveling to, like, I want to go to New Atlantis, you're like, well, I'll get there one day because right now
I feel like
I don't have the
that
fuel
would
to get
make
there.
the game can already be a chore sometimes. I feel like
Yeah,
that would just make the game a little
There's
too
so
hard.
many loading
It's
screens.
a
little,
as
a
it
little,
is.
not a lot, but like a little too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like just enough
Yeah,
where
I
it would
can see
become
that.
annoying. Like it would become annoying and tedious.
yeah, I love it. I love it so much. It's super slow. I also have like a mod that completely changes the economy, so you don't have to worry about hoarding things anymore because they just sell for shit. But missions pay well, so like bounty hunting pays you very well now. Doing missions for people pay very well now. So instead of hoarding tons and tons and tons and tons of gear and just selling everything and that's how you make your money, they're like, stop that. And it is like a weight lifted off of you because you see like a weapon, you're like, well, I don't need it, so I don't need to pick it up. Maybe I'll take some ammo, and that's about it. And ammo has weight and everything. Listen, I can go on and on about it, but it's been great. I love it, and I'm a psychopath because immersion. I'm like so taken over by immersion this past year. I'm like changing the way I play games and everything. It's pretty terrible. But anyway. Andrew Collins, I played so much Starfield and never played the story. Eventually something else came out and I never finished it. Yeah, I mean, Bethesda games aren't about the story. Like, that's sort of like you play it once, you beat the main story, and then you sort of mess around for a little bit, and then you put it down for like 6 months to a year, and then you come back and you're like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want all the time. And DeMarco's got like this slight smirk on his face, and I can see it. Anyway.
It just, I don't know. It's just Starfield. I want it to be better.
Listen, man, there's mods.
Let's not have this conversation, please. I'm begging you.
I just
let's
wanna.
not.
Yep.
I was typing something out, but it's just easier to just say it.
Say it out loud.
William Riggs. I played Atomic Heart in Game Pass when it came out, and I finished it. I say I finished it. I made it to the final boss fight, and I tried it about 60 times, and I just went, "That's it! I beat the game." In my head, I beat the game.
Yep.
It's fine. I got
Here's
it.
tactics for me. Yep. I'm like, I'm done.
Sounds like Lies
So-
of P with me. That
So-
damn nameless puppet.
Yeah.
I just bought like a couple months ago the premium version with all of the DLC and all that crap on PC. So I'm dying to play that DLC, the Under the Sea or Enchantment Heart of the Sea or whatever it's called. It looks so cool. The art is really good. But because I bought it on PC, I'm gonna replay it and sham it. I'm gonna get through that boss fight. Like, I'm gonna do it. Plus, there was like so much side stuff that I wound up missing because I kind of just accidentally went into the boss fight and didn't go back to some areas. So I'm gonna just go do it all again. Great game. It's a fantastic game. Highly underrated. That's it.
I can't wait to
that's
get
it.
into it, especially now that
gonna
it's had
type
all
all
the
that.
updates. And thank you to Holly for gifting it to me on PC. It'll be a true test of my PC. Well, I guess maybe, I don't know. What do you think is more demanding? Ghost of Tsushima, Silent Hill no, Ghost of Tsushima or Atomic Heart? Probably. I was gonna say probably Atomic
Ghost
Heart
of
because it's so much going on.
No.
Well, only reason I was gonna say that is because
it's easy
the
to find
constant
out.
particle
Hold on.
effects, right? Like that game is in constant motion. There's always some shit moving all the time. And Ghost of Tsushima, like the grass is blowing, the trees are blowing, everyone's blowing everything all the time. It's great. Yeah, I would like to know what is.
Yeah. Oh no. I got just.
DeMarco's seeing how CPU and GPU intensive Ghost of Tsushima is versus Atomic Heart. BT Maverick, WeMod. Yes, WeMod is so good. And you know what? I'm using it for the games that I have on my list that I can't get rid of, that I'm going to beat Cuphead, Mortal Shell, The Surge, and some other games that I can't fucking beat because they're too hard. But WeMod, thank you. This episode is sponsored by WeMod
Ghost of Tsushima.
and 4XP Gaming.
Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut.
It is. Okay.
There's more intensive.
William Riggs,
It's
I did
interesting
play it
'cause
on
it's
Game
an older
Pass.
game.
It was a while back. Yeah, and
Although this is
You didn't
confusing
finish
because
it, though,
it's
or-
showing me.
no,
It's showing
I
me.
did not even close.
It's showing me two different numbers. So, yeah, it's showing me two different numbers. So I don't know which one's the correct one.
For Ghost of Tsushima.
No, I just need a different link. Hold on.
Okay. Well, while
Well,
he does
anyway, while you
It's
do
probably
that,
Ghost of Tsushima. It's probably Ghost. There you go.
Okay, great. Well, hey, look, it's Valentine, Assassin. So, Sony State of Play, and by the way, again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We're going to talk about Sony State of Play now. Finally, it's happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11, no.
AM.
Yeah, 11 a.m. PTSD time. So look out for that. Right on time. So, okay, Assassin, do you want to lead us into this? State of Play is happening. What do you know? You saw a blog post. I don't know. However you want to lead this, man. It's up to you. And Assassin was never found
Okay.
again. All right, well, great. Well, that's the end of the show. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's see. Best... No. Okay. So, from what I know... Okay, let's start with this. It is on the thumbnail. Metal Gear Solid Delta got leaked. The release date for August, I think, off the top of my head, I want to say August 28th. Let me make sure. I want to make sure. August 28th is what we saw. I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. I didn't really become a huge fan until 3, because 3 is my favorite, and it's also the beginning. So for people that aren't fans or never really had a chance to get into it, this is the way to start. And I hope that they're going with the Capcom trend of Assassin, you're muted. I don't know if you've been trying to talk, but
He said he was grabbing something. He'll be right back.
oh, okay. Grabbing. I see. Okay, so anyway, if that gets announced and that gets confirmed, that would be great. It's still a long ways off. But what else do you think that we'll see? Do you think that, I guess, if we were to see any like big reveal, the first thing that comes to my mind obviously is Capcom, like Resident Evil or something like that. What about you, Holly?
Yeah, there's rumblings about them finally showing the next Resident Evil, and it's been a couple of years, so I fully expect, I believe it was Resident Evil 5 was what was shown to be in the ESRB, I think it was,
Yep.
for Series X. So I guess that's the next one. I was kind of expecting 9 because it's been 4 years since 8.
I can't remember. That sounds right. Yeah, it was like 2021.
Yeah. So this
think so, yeah.
spring would be 4 years, and that's, that's a pretty decent life cycle or it's a pretty decent development cycle for a Capcom Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
But they've got, a handful of games they can remake in the meantime and make buku bucks off of. So they're probably going to do that, and that's fine too. So I guess that's it. We're definitely going to see Death Stranding 2 because there's a lot of marketing starting to ramp up for that. Kojima announced today that they're doing this. It's kind of like a developer partner direct kind of thing, right? Where they're showing more of the game and what's coming. I think it was March 7th or 4th. It was like the first week in March that's coming. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least, something like a teaser or something like that for Death Stranding 2. But 40 minutes is a really long time for a company that doesn't have a lot of games in the pipeline that are probably going to be ready this year. So
I want to see Sony. I want to see Sony go all the way with this showcase. I want to see
Day and date. PC?
really intense. I want to see really intense stuff. I want to see Last of Us Part 3. I want to see also the game that Neil Druckmann is working on, the sci-fi one that he's working on. I want to see Concord 2. I want to see. I want to see the bot. Who's the bot?
Astrobot 3.
Astrobot. I want to see Astrobot 3
Right.
and a half.
And a
Not
half.
3.
Right.
I want to see Astrobot 3 and a half.
Because it's Astrobot and his son, so it's 3.5. You know, because he's.
I wanna
the
see-
three.
Just
wanna
so you
see
guys know,
the God
I could
of War
listen to everything you're saying. What the fuck are y'all on
I
about?
want
What is
Sony
his
to go
list,
all the way
DeMarco?
with- All the way
Go
with this
ahead.
one. I want to see God of War 3.
Okay,
and-
2 things.
3.4.
There probably will be Astrobot DLC though. No lie.
No, I
yeah,
want Astrobot
so
3.5.
Holly, regarding your Resident Evil bit, 5 and 6, the original 5 and 6 were rated. Apparently this is not a remake. It is literal ports
Oh.
of the OG RE5 and RE6 to PS5 and Series X. I don't know why they would do that.
Why would you do
Yikes.
that?
But
I'm not interested.
You, brother.
I
Honestly,
don't know
yeah.
why they would do that.
I wouldn't buy that again.
I wouldn't either. I
No.
really would. And I'm not saying like because like it's not like, and I'm not saying that because they've set an expectation for their top quality remakes. It's just that I've been there and I've done that, and I know that
Well, I only want
I'd
a
rather
remake
see-
at this point.
Oh,
I only
and,
want a remake.
Village
Wait,
was
did they have a-
2021
Did they have a PC port for those? Maybe that's the point.
for
not
RE5
sure.
and RE6.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't. Don't quote me on
So
that.
maybe that's really the point of it, you know, just doing a blanket re-release and adding PC to it.
maybe.
But still,
Maybe.
Why would you? Why would
Why-
you? Put
why would they
money
do that?
towards
Well, I
though?
mean, maybe so maybe it does make sense, Assassin, because you're saying that if it's just a port, like a sort of like an up-res, higher frame rate port, they could announce and finally reveal Resident Evil 9, and then say, and also available right now, Resident Evil 5 and 6 redone kind of, and it's $20 for each of them or whatever. I could see that.
Well, I understand. I understand that they want to get more Resident Evil content because they have a larger fan base now. But RE5 and RE6, the original games, like 5 may have been the best selling. It's either
Oh.
5 or 6 that was the best selling, but
PC
5
Maverick
was
says
mixed.
they are on Steam. So
Okay, so
that's
they
good.
are on PC. So 5 was mixed because they leaned more action and because they had co-op. And then 6 just went all the way straight into action, and that one is still hated by the community even to this day.
All the way. All the way. Come on, Sony.
although
So why they would port those games, I have no idea why they would do that, but I'm with you, Holly. I would rather have RE9. I want to conclude the winter storyline because apparently, yeah, Ethan's story is done, but his daughter's apparently
Rose.
not.
Rose
Rosemary.
Rose is gonna start.
Rose,
Yeah.
Rose has to start
It's
this
gonna
one.
be like the little
What I-
girl in
So, hold on.
The
Actually-
Shining or
actually,
whatever,
serious-
like Rad Rap.
I hope that we have an option for
Such a
first and third person
random.
Serious.
if they're
question,
doing it.
Serious question. Did they say that the Winters family story was done, or did
No,
they
the
say that
father's story
Ethan's-
is done.
Mhm.
The father's story.
They said
Ethan.
Ethan's story is done,
so now
not the
she's
Winters.
gonna have a baby, and then you play as the baby.
No, if you play 8, the very end of
Okay.
8 shows you exactly what happens to Ethan and Rose. Like,
I want
still haven't
more.
played the
I want
DLC.
more of Rose's story though, because
Did
I
you
think
play
That's
the
apparently the
DLC,
plan.
Marco?
that's
never
what 9 is gonna be.
definitively like we know for a fact.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
I thought
what?
there was.
No, I thought it was Leon.
I thought there. Yeah, I thought there was. A
No,
possibility they
9
were
is
like-
Leon.
I want more.
for sure.
9.
I want.
Yeah.
Trust me. I want
9 is Leon. I
But they're
think Rose is
bringing
gonna get her
in
own spin-off.
Leon in that.
Well,
Yeah,
well, see, the
right?
thing with Resident Evil
That would
is
be-
even main characters can get spin-offs, like Code Veronica or the Revelations duology.
That could be like,
Like-
Lone Wolf and Cub type. Well, not Lone Wolf and Cub, but like Big Daddy Leon, Big Daddy older Leon taking
Wait.
Rose under his wing.
When is?
When?
Go on. I'm gonna look something up.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say, someone said, CBH forgot. I wonder what that means. Probably something filthy.
Yeah,
I don't
why
know.
have they not
Said
made
it
Code
was his
Veronica?
Veronica.
Last
Yeah.
week he said it was his initials.
Go ahead. What is it?
CBH said it was his initials last.
Oh,
week.
I forgot. I'm so sorry. It was. I thought Bartholomew, right? Didn't he give us one of his middle names? Charles. I'm so sorry, CBH. Thank you for being here.
We
We tried to
we
guess
named
your name.
we named it.
Yeah, so if
Uh,
if chat can't tell, me, Holly, and Red, we really like Resident Evil. We just want more.
It's my
We just want
favorite
more.
horror series.
The market likes it
so-
too.
Like-
Go ahead.
I like
Holly.
the new
The
ones.
movie. Wait,
Yeah.
so the movie is rebooting in 2026. So I bet there's a tie-in with the game next year with that movie. Cause smart.
I just want a good.
Now what
Resident
it is,
Evil.
it could be, you know, like maybe it's a, you know, another remaster and the game ties into the remaster, or maybe if it's a spin-off or something like that. But
Yeah. I would love that because I mean, that marketing wise, that does make sense. Just bundle everything together. People want more of something, or like,
Hey, Red,
the game
here's
is
a
coming out,
thought.
but the show comes first. So like, you're super hyped. Like, you just want to get into the show and just take it all in. Yeah, tell me.
Wait, so what if they announce Resident Evil 5 remake, but they say, hey, if you want to play the original, you can play it now on PS5 and Series X. Oh, and you also get 6. Like, what if they do that? Like, what if it's not RE9 or a spinoff? What if it's like Resident Evil 5 remake?
I mean, I would love a 5. That's what I would prefer as a 5 remake. I have no idea how they would fix 6 because that game. It's not that like that game's not bad. It's just not a good Resident Evil game. In my opinion.
You want to know what the funny thing is about
Wild.
6, though, Red?
Yes.
There was one level in particular about Resident Evil 6 that everybody loved. Guess which part it was.
Is it the very beginning of the game with Leon and what's her name?
It was that
Jill?
level where you had to go through like a derelict building, and it was horror based.
That describes every Resident Evil.
That's
Thanks
why
for
they
that,
were.
Yeah,
Right.
but the rest of the game was just action, though.
Right. Yeah.
So
it was
one
over the top.
level of horror with like 10, 13 levels of action. Yeah, of course that's
Right.
gonna stand out.
Well,
BC Maverick, I love all the Resident Evil movies. I know that a lot of them have been kind of,
Mixed.
you know, campy or whatever, but it's just because the world is just so outrageous anyway that I'm just like, yeah, it works. Like, you know, it's not great cinema. The first one is, though. The first
first
one,
one's really good. The laser
so good.
scene, it's so iconic.
Yes!
It's so iconic. The guy's like, oh shit, and then he got cast in a AVP like a year later in the Alien vs Predator movie,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like the same character. I was like, is this before he got cubed? Yeah, I love that. I love that scene. It's so iconic. It's disturbing, but yeah. You guys know
So
what I'm
to wrap
talking
this up, so we can get to William Riggs's.
yeah, please. Why don't you read William Riggs's thing? I've been
Well,
hovering over it.
before I do, I just want to ask: do we think Capcom in any capacity is going to be there?
Oh yeah,
Resident Evil or something else?
100%. At the very least, giving us like another like final launch trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds. We're literally
Yeah.
a week away tomorrow.
They did
will
extend
be
the beta
6 days.
because of that outage, by the way, Red.
I downloaded
everybody.
it and I'm like, well, I guess I'm still late because it's like no, it's offline, so I didn't get to play it. But whatever. I'm not gonna get to play it anyway. I'm trying to. It's a whole thing, but yeah.
But
Monster
yeah,
Hunter.
William Riggs has been a member for 4 months.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks,
much, man.
bro. He asked, "Do you think we will get a Ghost of Yote release date?" Yes, we really should. If we don't, I question its 2025 release.
I don't. I see
don't
you
think
not.
we'll get a
I
date.
agree with you, Holly. We haven't seen anything about that game gameplay wise for marketing to be ramped up and ready for a release trailer or release announcement or anything like that. I just don't.
Well,
see
the
that
first
happening.
game was so beloved. Do you? When it comes to Sony's IPs in particular, I notice that even though they don't market their games from announcement to like the next trailer, like it's still highly anticipated. I mean, we played Ghost of
slapping
Tsushima.
that-
We know exactly what it's gonna play like. Like, do
I
they
think
really
them
have
slapping
to?
that 2025 date on it was just a way to. I mean, I don't think it's like 2 years past that, but I think it was a way to show like, hey, all that stuff you keep hearing about us not having games, like we have games, it's coming.
Oh yeah, this
Uh,
whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a lot of games in the pipeline. It's just that they're third party publishing those games. Like Death Stranding. Like that one needs a date too. But I heard you guys talking about Death Stranding 2 earlier, and it was announced by Kojima that on March 9th he's going to do a deep dive of the game with Sony.
Yeah, I said that.
So
But I didn't know the
I don't
date.
think.
It was March.
Yeah, I think
they'll
we're going to
just
get the
do a
date
little
there.
thing about it. Well, I think they'll still do something at the State of Play because I think way more people watch a State of Play than an actual specific deep dive into a game
Yeah.
during its own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna see like a little bit of Death Stranding too, like some sort of trailer of some kind.
What about the things that we know that we won't see? Like, I don't think that we're going to see anything God of War, even though we're only 2 years away from Ragnarok, right?
So,
2
funny
years.
story about that, actually.
And they just canceled their
so-
project, their multiplayer project. So it's
Nothing
not,
is
nothing
coming,
Spider-Man, nothing God of War, nothing Last of Us, nothing
Might
intergalactic.
see some Wolverine. We might see some Wolverine.
Okay, finally get like the gameplay trailer to shut us all up
So-
for making fun of that.
I don't-
leak.
So there is a post. The same person who leaked the release date for Hell Is Us, which we should see that game too tomorrow.
Oh my god!
You know that Souls-like, or that
That
not
game looked
Souls-like.
really good.
Is
It was
is
that,
is that another? It's a Souls like. Is that another one that's gonna be super hard, or is it?
No,
one
they said
that's
it's
gonna be
more.
easier?
They said it's more action level difficulty, not
Yeah.
Souls-like difficulty.
Okay. Okay.
Hell Is
Because
Us.
I can only
So the
stand
same
so
person
many-
who leaked that release date and quietly leaked Ninja Gaiden a month ago, he says that a God of War Greek Saga remaster is coming tomorrow, or will be announced tomorrow.
So it's the trilogy remastered.
I will be shocked if that's the case, because wasn't there like a remaster collection for God of War on the PS3 that
Yes.
we've been wanting, but the PS3 hardware is like fucking weird.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah.
Do you want me
That-
to run through the? I have the notes from the State of Play from last September.
Oh yeah, forgot about
do you
that.
want me? Do you want me to
Yeah,
just
do
run
it.
through those really quick?
Yes.
Did Astrobot, and it said free LD. Free LD.
Free LD. Yeah.
Free LD.
Free, free DLC coming later this year, which I don't remember that coming out. Maybe it did. So if it did,
It was the winter update.
Okay. The Midnight Walk, 2025, a clay animated Little Nightmares feel with the fire and light. PS5 and VR2 from Moonhood Studios. We've got Hell Is Us, just like you were talking about, and the note I made about that, because sometimes they like the narration over the game will like trigger something, and you're like, ooh, that sounds
Yeah, if
the
I
narration-
remember, that was the game that got our attention throughout the whole show.
Yeah, it looked really good. It said, Father told us to hide when they came to our house. The country was sick. We would be okay. And then there was like those characters that had a hole in their head. So
Oh
That's like-
yeah.
What was this called again?
Hell Is
Hell
Us.
Is Us.
Oh, okay,
Looked
yeah,
really
same
good.
same thing, like the cyberpunk, post-apocalyptic thing.
I don't think it was Cyberpunk.
Well, cause like he had like
But-
tech and stuff, but it was like
Yeah,
the world
yeah,
ended.
yeah. But it wasn't.
Cyberpunk
yeah,
is
it
not
wasn't
the
like
right word.
neon cyberpunk.
You're right.
but
You're
yeah.
right. I'm a piece
It was
Steampunk.
more. It's
Steampunk.
more post-apocalyptic steampunk.
yeah.
Metro Awakening, PSVR 2.
Exclusive.
Arcade Chronicles. I have 2025. It's a Souls online multiplayer Witcher looking style game. Arcade Chronicles.
What is I'm offended. What? Let me look this up. I'll be the judge.
He's
of
like,
this.
no, nothing looks like the
I'll
Witcher.
be the judge. Age Chronicles.
Yeah, ARCHEAGE. Arcade Chronicles.
Wasn't that the
That
Souls-like?
better
or,
be getting
uh,
a follow-up. They're betting pretty hard, and Sony doesn't have a good track record. They're betting pretty hard on the Chronicles in the title, like there's supposed to be multiple. And so far, Sony's not having a good track record. But if you go look at Concord specifically,
I mean, that wasn't.
But-
Isn't it that Holly? Wasn't that game like the Souls-like God of War style?
Yes, that's what it was.
Extraction
my
game.
comments were Souls-like online multiplayer. Those were my
Witcher.
Yeah, I think that one was the extraction
Witcher-like.
one. Maybe I could be wrong.
Doesn't look like a Witcher. Whatever. Every third-person game
Next,
looks like The Witcher.
Lunar 2020 Spring 2025 Lunar Remastered Collection 1 and 2. I don't know.
The 1990s JRPG series.
Okay. Sonic was there. Fantasia Neo Dimension, which I think already came out.
Yeah, December.
Legacy of Kain.
That was a shock.
Yep. Lego Fortnite. Dynasty Warrior Origins just came out. Monster Hunter. Stellar Blade, Near Automata, which came out. Ghost of Yote. The rest have either already came out or were just, side things that would.
Yeah, regarding Sony's first party, I mean they do have a few things, just nothing too major. Like, yeah, they have Ghost of Yote, like they're publishing Death Stranding 2. They have Red, I don't know if you remember this one. This one also apparently got leaked for tomorrow. Lost Soul Aside. Remember that Final Fantasy Devil May Cry game I sent you the trailer for?
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. I was like, what?
Yeah, that one is also PC day one. It's being published by Sony. So
Fantastic. Okay.
you can play that day one.
I'm excited.
That is also coming out this year. So to say that Sony has nothing, I mean, that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, Andrew Cullinane's Dear Red, way to look like a fool. Thanks, Web Daves. Thank you so much, bro, with the $2 super chat. He says Sony has nothing first party this year. Nothing! And he's laughing. He's obviously just being hyperbolic. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dave. You're so supportive to the whole community, man. I really appreciate you.
I'm just glad that this year we're finally getting some good games from both Sony and Microsoft. Like, yeah, I'm still upset about the whole yada yada yada, but hey, 2025 is going to be a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We
The
said that
Midnight
about
Walk,
2024, and I think in 2024 we said that about 2023, and I think in 2023 we said that about.
I know.
2022.
And here we are.
In
2022.
did you guys already talk about Metal Gear?
I kind of just touched on it, and I said that I think it's 100% gonna come. Well, it'll be there, and it'll come.
100% gonna.
100% gonna, but it's gonna
100%.
bust.
If they keep this up, you're gonna bust.
It's gonna bust.
By the way,
Exactly. Yep.
that Arcade Chronicles that I was talking about, that was supposed to be like Witcher style Souls online multiplayer. That's
Yeah.
multi-platform too. That's not just a Sony game.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
wish
think
things
that
would be
was
more
I think
clear.
that was a third-party publisher.
Yeah. Because it's such like.
Well,
a,
yeah,
That's
well,
really good.
well, Red they do. It's just that when at the end of the trailers they don't
They
stick
don't
around
say
that
it
often
exactly.
to show
you
us
have to, you have to
who.
look it up exactly. That's what I'm saying. But it's like now that I have a PC, like I'm excited for all these. Like I'm excited to play Spider-Man 2 because, I mean, I haven't.
You
played
might
it.
want
That's the only
to
reason.
you might want to wait a little bit.
That's the only reason why I'm waiting. I'm definitely waiting. I got it wish listed. I'm just gonna wait for it.
wait till the patches come in, bro.
I know. I heard the port is rough, but I would like to be excited for these types of things. If Sony would start saying like, "Hey, day and date, PC, PlayStation only," I'm like, let's go. I'm buying it, you know. But I'm waiting for day and date.
Arcade
so I can
is on
actually get excited.
Xbox as well.
Arcade is on
It's not
Xbox.
just- Mhm.
Okay.
Hell is
well,
Us
look
is
at
also
that.
on
It
Xbox
looks
as well.
really good.
It does look. I saw the little GIF where they're fighting this rock lobster.
It's got like swords. It's got swords and like enemies that are like almost like the ghost shadow things, right? It looks medieval
Yeah.
style. It's really good.
Fantastic. Hey, real
Yeah.
quick. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, and don't sleep on the Midnight Walk because it looked really cool. It looked really cool. It was kind of like Little Nightmares.
Arcane says, "Phew, I'm about to bust." Shout out to everyone in chat. I'm sorry, I've been really wrapped up in the conversation. I'm sorry, I always try to like grab everyone's chat and like respond. But I just wanted to say thank you all so much for being here. And if you're new here, this is the Renegade Realm podcast. We go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And look, we just got 2 new subscribers just from going live just now. And we'll lose it by the time this show is over. So I love it. So if you want to stick around, do that. I love it. Thank you guys so much for the support. I can't thank you enough. Shout out to all the channel members and everyone that is here. Thank you so much to Lotus and Web Dave and William Riggs for the channel chats and super chats. It means a lot. I really, really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. This is the highlight. This is the highlight of the week. That's why when shit doesn't work, I get pissed off. It's like going to the gym. You're like so ready, like this is all I need, and the door is locked, and you're like, well, I'm kicking the door in.
That or the machines don't work.
So yes, thank you guys so much. If you're new here, consider leaving a like at the least and a sub at the most. Thank you so much. Okay, continue, and I'm gonna do the thing. Sorry, Holly, take it away.
Yeah, okay. DeMarco, what do you think? You haven't talked much about this yet. Do you have any wishes or anything?
I already said.
Okay.
God of War 3, Last of
It's
Us
not
3.
happening.
Not happening.
What? You
No,
want that?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I really do.
You want what now?
I want to see The Last of Us Part 3. I'm sorry.
All right, kick
just
him out.
because-
Kick him out. Kick him
just
out. Kick him
because-
out. Kick
look,
him out. Kick him out. Kick him out.
Just because I have my opinion on it, I think that there's still story to tell. I want to believe.
Can I get the real part too?
that Neil Druckmann is able to see why the writing in The Last of Us 2 was not that great, and can provide a satisfying conclusion, better conclusion than Game of Thrones did with their last season. All right, so it's easy.
Hey Holly, can we get a remake of Part 2 instead, just with
No,
someone
not
else?
a remake. Just a alternate, like the actual game.
An alternate timeline.
As far as
Yeah, a real
as far
timeline.
as far as it goes for what I want to see from Sony, I mean, I'm expecting Death Stranding. I would like to see the new Resident Evil, like RE9, I guess, whatever's canonically after Village. I am excited to see that for sure, and to see where they're going with it, because I really did like. However, that being said, the caveat is I want it to be in the style that Village is in, with the first person, because that's just my preference, and I also want it to lean into the horror. I don't want it I think that Biohazard was very scary. I think that Village was less scary, and I'm worried that RE9 is going to be even less scary and more actiony. So if that's the path they take, they'll lose my interest, but I do want to see that. Death Stranding 2 is a given.
I think
want
with
to
Resident Evil
see-
6, they've learned that lesson, DeMarco. Like they don't want to lean too much into action.
I hope not.
I think
but
they've learned that.
We'll have to wait and see. Look, it is super hard to.
No, I agree with you. You have every right to be
Resist that
concerned. I'm concerned too that they may lean
Yeah.
back into that. But I agree.
it's
I
just
want
really
it to be more
difficult.
horror.
I think it's just really difficult. It's hard. It's literally hard to resist that temptation, because you think, hey, how do we one up from what we did before? And you go, all right, well, we got to do bigger and we got to do better, and the bigger and better is going to be more explosions, bigger guns, like more weapons, more whatever. So I'm worried about that, but I think something new, because it feels as though I feel as though we sort of know everything that's coming on the horizon for Sony. I don't know if this is a good answer or not, but as far as their big studios, we know that Wolverine's coming. We know that, and I want to see Wolverine too, but we know that Wolverine's coming. We know that Death Stranding 2 is coming. We know that Neil Druckmann's new game from Naughty Dog. So we sort of know what the big players at Sony are doing. So what's new? And ideally, the big thing for me is going to be looking out for what is the live service games versus the single-player blockbuster story-driven titles, because that's what I like from Sony. That's what I want to play from Sony. And if I'm not getting that, then I'm not interested. I'm sorry. And also, are they going to announce something about changes? This is not game-related, but they're going to announce any changes to their day-and-date PC releases, right? That I think would be huge. That I think could steal the show more than a game. I know you're shaking your head, Holly. I know they're not going to.
They should.
No, they're not going to.
But
Their new head is not a fan of the PC initiative.
They're not a fan of the PC initiative until they realize that it's making them a lot of money, and then suddenly it's really interesting to anybody. But that being said,
there's a lot of people that do a lot of things at your job that you're not a fan of, right? Because it's what's better for the company, not your...
Because their name is Lauren and they need to. Sorry, my PTSD.
Look, what Sony should have done, and I'm the PlayStation guy on this panel, but I'm not afraid to admit that Sony has completely fucked up their lineup by chasing trends, by going for the live service pie. Like these decisions that they made years ago are completely screwing them over now. I agree with DeMarco. Like the single player games were the reason why I got a PlayStation in the first place. God of War, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima. Those were games why I got the PlayStation in the first place. Like I wish we knew more of what their main studios were working on. I've seen Housemarque. Like their last game was almost 4 years ago, Returnal. Are we ever gonna see what they're working on? They're working on a single player game.
That's a good question.
What about Fire Sprite? They're working on a narrative third person horror game like Dead Space. That's what the leaks were showing. Like they have more single player games in the pipeline that their studios have been working on. It's just a matter of is Sony gonna let them show it? Like those two games in particular, they've been working behind the scenes for 4 or 5 years.
That's crazy.
Not to mention there is they're publishing a sci-fi RPG from a Eastern studio as well that's apparently supposed to get revealed this year.
That's so crazy.
Like they have so many single player games coming. It's just a matter of is Sony gonna let them do it? It's
crazy
just
to think about.
Somebody mentioned Kingdom Hearts 4 as well, and that's probably a true thing. I don't know if it's gonna be at tomorrow's show, but it is on its way, I think.
Well, that's the thing,
Kingdom Hearts 4. Let's talk about Square Enix for just a second. Like, what would they show? Because Final Fantasy does not seem like something for a state of play.
And not
in my
now
opinion.
either. Not right now either, because I mean, we just got the PC port for Rebirth that just came out. Everyone loves that. We have all this news about Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7
remake and Rebirth coming to Switch 2 and Xbox. So that's
right. Yeah. So I just feel like right now, I just feel like now's not the time. If they're really, especially with an IP that's already established, I don't think that people are going to get super overly jazzed about another Final Fantasy game whenever all they want is their new first party titles that we haven't seen gameplay for, like Ghost of Yote and like whatever, you know,
Death Stranding and Lost Soul Aside and Housemarque's new game.
Exactly. So I don't think the state of play is really the time for the huge announcements. I think that we'll get like one big one. I think we'll get a Metal Gear Solid release date trailer finally. I think that they'll save the big thing. What could be like the one big thing, right? What could be the one big thing at the end of the show? You know, because that's what us
showing Wolverine.
Showing Wolverine would do
that
it.
Could do it. That could totally.
Wolverine would do it.
Yeah, that's a good one. DeMarco, what do you think?
Oh, that's right.
What do you think could be? You think Wolverine 2? Yeah, I agree.
I think it's the timing. The timing just makes sense, doesn't it? Right.
Spider-Man 2 just came out too.
It's been 3.5 years.
I want to see more of that game because all we got was a little tease. So I want more. And I think it seems like about time that we got it. The timing works out between when Spider-Man 2 came out and everything, and so look, it's time to stop the teases and give us the game.
This man, Sony.
Come on, Sony.
Okay, I know we were talking how much we hate the live service trend that Sony's been on. I still hate it. I do not like it, but we have to bring this studio and their next game up. Do we have a chance of seeing Marathon from Bungie tomorrow?
Oh yeah, that's possible.
That's 2025.
Nope.
And it has not been delayed yet.
Well,
I
think
hope
it
it's
was-
not there. I hope it's not, but we got to talk
I
about it
think
for just.
I think
it's a
it
chance.
was delayed internally for a while, not only because of the financial problems that they were having, but they also had a beta test internal. Like, they invited some streamers to come and play it 2 years ago or something like that, and I don't think it tested very well among the streamers. So I think they went, whoops, right?
Yeah, they
And
brought a
went
bunch
back.
of streamers from the Escape
Yeah.
from Tarkov community. They did not like it because
And
it's
some
an
others, too.
extraction shooter.
Right, and then that
So-
changed a bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, William Riggs, I agree. I don't
So-
think Wolverine is this year, but I think that it's a good chance that we're gonna see Wolverine this
See
year.
a little bit more
Yeah.
of it, yeah.
I think we need to
Yeah.
see the gameplay. Maybe we'll see it at Gamescom or the Game Wars with
It's-
the
it's a
2026
good-
date.
It's a good opportunity to remind people that because it's don't do what Bethesda's doing with the even if it is 2026 isn't that far, but don't pull up Bethesda and wait 11 years between showing the like it's insane. So instead, we know it's
Thanks
we
for
know it's
reminding me
there.
about that.
There was some gameplay that obviously leaked from Wolverine. It's a wonderful time to say, hey, this game is still in progress. You don't need a date. You just need to show off some of the gameplay, some of the mechanics, a tiny tease of the combat, and you'll get people very excited for it. Especially because you're moving on from Spider-Man, and as we know, Spider-Man 2 was mixed, and Spider-Man 2 on PC at least kind of brought some negative publicity there. So I think it would be incredibly appropriate.
Can we
So
move on to our pretty soon, because we only have like
Yeah.
half an hour left before.
yeah, I
Yep.
just wanted to bring up one more because this has been the biggest point of contention this past month.
All right, quick fire.
So, yep. So no, this is the last one I'm gonna bring up, and then we can go to Holly's topic.
I'm excited.
So, Bloodborne, they DMCA'd the modder who
Yeah.
introduced the 60 FPS patch. It's been 10 years for Bloodborne. It's all about persistence.
It's not happening. I don't know why we're talking about Bloodborne. Like,
I
people just need
mean-
to understand
I mean,
it ain't happening. And if it was
so
happening, they
why
would claim it.
why would they,
They would be like,
DMCA?
look, we're doing this thing.
Why would they
Bethesda
DMCA the
Why
modder
would- why
after
would
3
they?
years?
Exactly.
Why did Nintendo shut down a Mario's grocery store chain in Latin America?
Exactly.
But
You
they
mean
did.
they
It's the
tried?
same
They
Nintendo
tried.
Elder Scrolls Bethesda. Someone made a game called like The Scrolls or something, and Bethesda was
And
like,
Bethesda
no,
DMCA
that
them or
was
something.
the
Not
Minecraft
DMCA.
creator. Help me,
Notch.
chat. Notch. Yeah, he was. It was called like Scrolls, and Todd himself went and like sat down with him. There's a picture of it with him sitting there with Notch, and he's like, "Listen, it just doesn't work." I don't know why I did this. That's not the same character. This game is huge. It's a terrific game. You should play the game. Play it everywhere you want. No,
If you've watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, this means something very different. Huge.
Okay, I have not watched that, but I think I put together the pieces because
I feel
I've
dirty now.
seen-
I need a shower.
yeah, I need. Well, I do. Yep,
I feel
I'll be right back.
dirty. Why'd you have to bring that up, Holly? It was perfectly
Think
innocent.
about when I see
It was
people go
perfectly
huge,
innocent.
that's all I think about.
Okay, anyway.
I was-
all right.
I was young and
I forgot I
naive,
lost.
and now I'm tainted and dirty.
Literally, emphasis on taint. What was the question?
There's no
The question was,
Oh yeah. Why
Okay,
is
Holly.
Sony attacking
Well-
everyone? What I was gonna say was that
Oh, that was the question.
because okay, I don't want this to turn into like a whole conversation, but imagine a modder fixing the game right? And then the developer's saying, "Hey, thanks. Let's do it. Put it out there. Let that happen. Let everyone be happy." Or, and I'm talking about Bethesda specifically, right? Everyone gets so mad because Bethesda allows the modders to take care of, portions of their games, whatever, via mods, and they love that. They're like, our games are sandboxes, they're playgrounds. But then someone comes out and patches in a 60 frames mode, and Sony's like, nope. Get that shit out of here. We don't want quality. We don't want fixes, and especially not from you nobody. If it's gonna come from anyone, it's gonna come from us. 15 years later, it's so.
I'm
stupid,
just surprised.
man.
I'm just surprised. Why wait 3 years to force him to take it down? Like, why do that? And
yeah,
it's not helping that you're doing this next to the 10th anniversary of this game that people have been wanting you to remaster for so long. Not to mention you forced a demake project to be canceled as well. Like, what are you doing? If you're not doing anything with the IP, then why are you doing this? You're not helping you're not helping anything or anyone by doing this. I don't understand.
Red, can you
also
make
feel
me
like-
a Red?
Yeah,
Can
go
you make me a super? Can you make me a super mod?
yeah. Can I? Are you not?
You don't
already-
need any more power.
No, just make me a super mod, because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
do it.
I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm gonna put you in timeout.
I don't think I can upgrade you.
Yeah, you can. Don't worry, you can do it.
Okay.
He
let me
can.
Okay, I gotta remove the power,
Oh,
and then I gotta.
Add
Boom.
power.
There
Add
we
the
go.
power.
There you go.
So,
Super
I'm with the
mod.
babe.
There we go. There we go. Oh, actually, I can't. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yep.
I don't know what you're doing, but I trust you.
Oh my god.
What did you do? I can't even see what you've done. I don't have
Love that for us.
He took a page out of Holly's book.
no idea.
Listen.
Would you ban somebody?
Arcane was.
Who do you think?
Arcane was being very naughty. I put him in timeout.
I see. Hey, that's my bit. That's all. That's copywritten.
Why would you?
DeMarco's like,
Being very, very.
So what you're telling
very,
me is that he DMCA'd Arcane.
literally, yeah. We gotta we gotta stay true to the topic here. We gotta knock him out of the box before everything gets written in legal print or whatever.
Alright, so I already know Holly doesn't want to talk about Bloodborne. She hates Bloodborne.
She hates it all.
I didn't say that.
Red, is there a
I don't
chance,
like-
though?
No, there's not a chance. Not here.
No
Not
chance?
now.
Alright.
No, because I feel like PlayStation wants to focus on their new IP if they're going to show actual gameplay and give some release dates for the things.
I
that
mean,
are
if
already
they're
in the
talking
pipeline.
about if they're talking about a Greek saga remaster of God of War, I think that kind of goes out the window, Red.
Well, I just don't think that they're gonna dogpile their own IP in one showcase, especially at a state of play. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't think that they're gonna just bring something new, brand new, like a ton of new IP. Like, and here's Bloodborne, and here's, I don't know. I just feel like people want to see Wolverine. They want to see Ghost of Yote. They want to see. The
I
stuff
mean,
that's
we
already
want
been
to see
announced.
Wolverine. It makes sense for them to show it, but we're not going to see it tomorrow.
Right.
There's just
Um,
no way.
There's just no way. All right, well, there you go. And hey, chat, I want to know. I have a question to ask you, chat. What was the most memorable romance that you ever went through in a game? What was it for you? What was the best romance? And some people are like, romance is weird in games.
I
That is
have my
stupid.
answer. Can I go first?
Well, let's. I want Holly to, because she can say it more eloquently than I can. But Holly, let's go into this. It's Valentine's week, right?
That's fine. I don't want to go first anyway.
Don't worry, Harry the Heartbreaker. You'll go soon.
Harry.
Oh, this was my idea for a topic, and actually I said love. I have three that I would
Wait, can
like
you
to
set it up
just-
just so everyone understands?
Yes. So my idea was it's Valentine's week, right? And that's all about love, and love comes in various forms. So my interpretation is not necessarily a romantic love, but a deep, strong, emotional love, whether it is romantic or some other variation. So my topic idea for today was, what is the most memorable love story that came from a video game? I actually have 3, and only one of them is romantic in nature. And one of them makes me cry if I talk about it for like more than 3 seconds.
It's Marcus and Dom, isn't it?
No, although that is an honorable mention, though. Is Gears.
That's really good.
That's what I just wanted.
I love it. Sorry. It was sorry. William Riggs. Sorry, real quick. Thank you so much, bro, for this $2 super chat. What happened to Corey Barloff game?
Oh yeah, that's right. Corey's been working on a new IP since 2018. Holy fuck.
Okay, whatever it is. I'm excited to see it. I have no idea. Yeah,
Well,
let's see that little reveal.
And
Yeah.
Levine is on a decade for Judas, so
Yeah.
Corey's got some time.
He's
I
got
mean,
time.
yeah.
Thank you so much, William. I appreciate you, bro. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right, so DeMarco, you want to go first? Love.
I want to do it because I wanted to go first because I have one that people probably aren't gonna expect, which is the best love story in a game, in my opinion.
Don't you dare.
Maybe
steal
not the
mine.
best.
Yeah,
But-
don't say mine.
No, maybe not. It's maybe not the best, but I thought it was very fun. My first playthrough of Mass Effect 2, I was very disappointed of Mass Effect Trilogy. I was very disappointed because I could not romance Tali in Mass Effect 1. You can in 2, and then in 3, but you couldn't in 1. So I got that sad scene where Shepard's on the bed all by himself and like crying. Not actually, but like
Yeah.
it's playing that music and there's just nobody there but Shepard in the bed.
Yeah.
And then in Mass Effect 2 you can romance Tali. But however, because I romanced Tali, the second time I played Mass Effect, I had romanced Liara. And then I saw the little scene. So the best romance wasn't Tali or Liara. It was actually the moment where you go into the engine or the calibration room. And then if you don't romance Tali, you can see Garrus and Tali that are kind of like smooching. And they're
Yes, and you're like,
they're like, and you're just like, oh my god, that's so cute. And they're like flirting with one another. And then Garrus is just like,
calibrations.
Calibrations.
Yeah.
So I think that is
That's
one of my
great.
favorite one. I know that nobody's gonna say it. Like, it's not actually the best romance in the game, but I thought it was like, it was especially because I got it on my second playthrough. It just kind of made it. I don't know. It was one of those small details that is so minor, but makes a huge
sticks with you.
difference. It's stuck. It's super stuck.
I
Beautiful.
Well, I'm actually interested. Assassin, what's yours? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I don't think you want to ask me what the first one comes to mind. Because the one that I'm thinking about is it's the one that I'm playing currently. And it's the most saddest romance I have ever witnessed in a game.
Which
Right now. Dead Space. Isaac and Nicole.
Oh, that is really
Isaac and
good.
Nicole.
That's really good.
When I first played it, I knew nothing about the series. I know nothing about what happens after one.
Okay.
So I
won't
was
spoil it.
expecting the traditional, Isaac will reunite with Nicole at the end. Nope.
Oh, okay. Keep playing it.
Nope. Not
It's
at the
just-
very end. I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks.
Yeah.
And then that ending cutscene with Nicole's cords right next to Isaac. I'm like, this poor guy. He
video
went
log.
through hell to
Yeah.
try to find his. He was gonna propose and shit. He was trying. And the Necromorphs just completely fucked that up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
bro,
a really good. I never thought of that. I was like, what Dead Space? And I'm
Well,
like,
it's
of course
not-
it's Dead Space.
well,
Dead Space is a love
Well,
story.
it doesn't have romance in it per se, but if you actually take the time and look at the relationship that Isaac and Nicole had in the game, and what preceded what happened beforehand, before Isaac came to the Ishimura, yeah, the hints of romance in there with their relationship, I really did like. Not the game that you guys were expecting me to say, was it?
I actually haven't played Dead Space. I own it. I just haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler, by the way. But like, as soon
It's
as you
not
start
too
the
much
game,
of a
you're
spoiler.
like, okay, I understand what's happening. But that's a really good mention. Holly, do you want to go with your favorite one first, or do you want to go with one other one?
Yes, and tell us why it's Titus and his other Space Marines.
His brothers.
Brother,
No.
slap my ass, brother.
Brother.
Oh God.
So my
Anyway.
honorable mention for like the actual romantic one is actually Nathan Drake. And
Oh, yeah.
they just have a really great like camaraderie and like a nice relationship, right? And it travels through the games and they're pretty consistent. It's not, there's no like epic emotional like, mega thing that happens, but it's just it's a playful, fun, like good, like you see their relationship grow and then it
Yeah.
keeps going. So that's my relationship one. And the other one that I have, I will save. I want to go last on my last one.
Okay,
the one
that's
that
fine.
makes me
That's
cry.
fine. All right, so I'll go with my honorable mention because it is the most honorable, and everyone will disagree with me. But it's only because no one else has done it but me in the entire world, apparently, and that's Mass Effect Trilogy. And that is Ashley. Because in the first game, Ashley, everyone's like, she's racist, and she's and she is. Like, she has a lot of issues that she has to get through. And by the time, if you romance her in one, like, she sort of like starts to come out of her comfort zone and really starts to like break down her facade that she has built up, this tough as nails, like F everyone and F everything and F those aliens and F this and F that. And eventually you really see that she's just so vulnerable that she's just trying to like get through her trauma with her family. And then once you get to Mass Effect 2, kind of like what you were saying, DeMarco, like, because like you can romance one person in one game and then in another game they're sort of not there, and it's the same thing with Ashley. So like in Mass Effect 2, what happens, without spoiling it for Assassin, she's just not there because of things happen. And so you can end up romancing someone else because you're like, well, that chapter of my life is gone, and she's off doing her own thing or whatever. And then in Mass Effect 3, if you did romance someone else in Mass Effect 2, Ashley is like, I waited for you, and you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to know you waited for me? And like and she's like, just tell me, was there someone else? And you're like, and she's, by the way, Ashley in Mass Effect 3 is, I'm sorry, Assassin, but she's like fucked up in a hospital bed, like black and blue, all fucked up in the face, like in a hospital bed, and she's like, Shepard, like, and she's like, was there someone else? And you're like, yes, there was a lot. He didn't say that.
A lot of shit went down.
There was a lot of sex. But then she'll...
What? What?
But then, like, she starts crying, and you're like, I'm sorry, I thought I'd never see you again. But if you decide to get back with Ashley during that time, and you've already romanced another person, you'll walk out of the room, and that other person is standing there like, okay, I guess I thought that we weren't a thing. And you're like, oh, fuck! It's like Days of Our Lives, Mass Effect all over again. You're like, what the fuck? But if you play out the entire Ashley romance, like, and just wait for her in 2, don't romance anyone in 2, and you go straight to 3, it's beautiful. It's so good. Like, it feels like the canon romance, because she is like such a hard ass. And by the time that you get to 3 and you're romancing Ashley, oh my god, DeMarco, if you've seen it, you know it exactly, because you can't like even talk about it without spoiling everything. But woo,
honestly,
try not to get emotional.
That's
Oh,
one of
so
the
good.
things. Look, that's one of the things that I miss in modern gaming is like, Ashley was a horrible character in Mass Effect 1. Like, I'm sorry, she was
Yeah,
awful.
you're like,
But
why should I like you? Yeah.
Why? Yeah, like, I'm supposed to hate you, but and then over the course of the 3 games, you're just like, no, actually, that's character growth, right? And I get that the subject matter for some people might be sensitive or it might be tough or whatever, but like, she's so redeemed by the end of 3. And she couldn't have had that if it wasn't the way it was in 1. And then
Right.
talking about the romance side of things adds a whole different dimension to that, because you do get attached to these characters when you play Mass Effect, and like, it's just how it's supposed to be. But I don't know. That's a bit of a tangent.
It is, yeah. But I know what you're saying. You're
But
saying that
it's-
like that outcome.
It adds
in
to the
3
romance part
wouldn't-
of it.
Yeah, and that outcome would not have been nearly as impactful in 3 if she wasn't bad in 1. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, we look at characters like from Game of Thrones, for example, like what's his name, the brother in the if anyone's seen Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about. Like, terrible, shitty character. I want this character to die immediately right now, and then like 6 seasons later, they are literally everyone's favorite character. Chat, if you know who I'm talking about, tell me. It's a Lannister. It's not Tyrion. It's
Jamie?
Jamie.
Land?
Isn't it Jamie? He's the sexy man with the face and the hair
Yeah,
and
Jamie.
the hand. Yeah. Everyone hated
Which
him.
I've never seen Game of Thrones nor read the book, so that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, but that was like the beginning to me of like perfect, like, this is how good characters are written, where like you feel so passionately about, like, I hate this character. He's such a bad character. He's such a villain. And then you just start to feel for them, and you're like, why do I care? And then eventually you're like, favorite character. That's amazing. And that's what they do in Mass Effect 3 with Ashley. So anyway, that's my honorable mention. That's mine. Who's next?
I guess.
Good.
Are you guys done? Are you all done?
I'm not done because I have the big one that I'm holding. So if
I
someone
want
has
to
like
have
a big
the
one,
big one. I
Okay,
have a
I can-
big one,
okay.
but I have another honorable mention.
The
which is-
bigger one!
I have the
Okay.
biggest.
I
Hold that thought.
Okay. All right.
I believe you.
All right.
It
We're
all
done.
comes full circle.
Full circle, baby. Yeah, I love it.
All right,
Okay.
someone's getting timed
My-
out for this one.
My
Arcane,
honorable-
where's your last chat? You're getting timed
Yeah.
out for Holly being bad.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Arcane, you're punished for your sister, for your
bad,
sisters.
bad Holly, bad.
Yeah. RSJ fan, Jacob Tupla, what's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and shout out to everyone in chat. We're just talking about best romances, best love in video games, because it's Valentine's week. So if you're new here, hey, subscribe every week, 6 p.m. Anyway, continue, please.
So my other honorable mention is actually there's two that parallel each other, but for me personally, one of the best love relationships that was ever built in a video game is actually Joel and Ellie.
Oh, fuck.
That is, you know, just a bond that you didn't expect, right? It's got a lot of the same tropes, right, of every sort of father-daughter building stranger, blah blah blah, right? But they do it so well, and with the stakes at the end of the game and things like that, right? It's and the parallel to that one is also actually The Walking Dead, the Telltale one with Clem.
Oh,
And-
fuck. Don't.
I can't remember his name, but like those two are my, like, you know, like those are deeply emotional, like
Mhm.
familial love stories that kind of just stick with you for the long haul. And I have one more, but I'm saving it because I get to go last because it's
I was
my
gonna
top.
say, Walking Dead. What is happening right now? What the fuck is his name? It's like my favorite. It's like it's the first time
Morgan.
that
It's not.
no.
It's not Morgan. Right?
Oh my god, Chad! I hate when this happens. Whenever I know something, it's like me forgetting like a character in The Witcher's name. It's like, of course I should know all of them.
Oh my god. Lee!
Lee, thank you, Jesus. That's my middle name. Spoiler. But yeah, Lee. Yes, it's the first time that I ever cried, like uncontrollably in a video game. Was at the end of season 1. I was like not okay. I had to like walk outside. I smoked cigarettes at the time. I had to like walk outside. I was like, like it was like so bad. I was like, I've never felt that in a game because it felt so organic and so real. Anyway,
That is a very
fantastic.
good. That is a really good answer, actually.
It's a really good answer. Yeah.
And then you could carry that through. You could carry that through to Clementine and AJ, but also, oddly enough, I would say from Kenny to Clementine as well. Like just that whole series.
Yeah.
That whole series.
100%. Yeah,
My
those games
last one is the best one though. It will blow you away.
Okay.
So
All right.
you get to
Whose big one is going next? Maybe Assassin only had the one, and that's totally fine. Assassin, if you don't have another one. But if you don't, and DeMarco, do you have like a big one?
It's hard to pick just one when you kind of expand your mind just beyond, a romantic A to B.
Well, it's like there are so many great romances in so many different games, but it's like the ones that stand out. Like there are a lot of ones that really stand out in like a very short. Like that was sweet and beautiful, but then it's sort of like done. Like even like Dragon Age Origins, like with Liliana, like I think that was done really well, but your character doesn't talk, so it's like it's just you romancing the character. It's not like the relationship. I don't know. It doesn't really translate. Yeah, it doesn't build well. It's just there, and you're like, oh, I did that. That was sweet for whatever reason. But yeah. Do you have anything, DeMarco?
I'm trying to think of non.
What are we doing here?
We were just asking. We're like going the big final finale romance in games. So we did our honorable mentions. You said Dead Space. If there's another one. Like the big one.
Yeah, there is another one. Well, there is another honorable
is it
mention.
Like the biggest one? The one that impacted you the most?
No.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. Well.
Oh, I know. I got one.
Okay.
Biggest
wait, hang on.
romance.
I'm sorry. Wait, before you say that, Jacob Tupois says, "Do you guys remember The Darkness? Johnny and his girlfriend." That's a really good. I mean, that's more of like a revenge thing, but. That was deep love right there.
I like Nerds and Other Legends, Senua and Dylan's disembodied head.
Yeah. That's a love story. It's a Viking love story. It's a really good one. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have one.
Okay.
And it's unconventional, but it's still a romance. It's a bromance, but it's a romance. I'm counting it. Batman and Joker, Arkham City.
Oh, that's really good. That's a really good one. Okay. Listen,
Yeah.
I can't deny that because they're together.
Wait,
the
which
whole
one?
Game. Batman Arkham City.
Batman and Joker, Arkham City.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So Assassin,
Yes.
you didn't agree?
Let's move on.
What is
you
your
like that one?
finish your list, Assassin? Finish your list.
You like
So we're
that
only
one?
doing two
You like that.
romances?
It was a good one.
Well,
Well-
you can say however many you want, but like there's got to be like the one big one that you got to hold off. But if Dead Space was your big one, then.
No, Dead Space is not my big one, but
Oh, okay. What's the big one? Oh, Game Seeker, don't. Nope. If you guys have never seen Legends of the Fall.
So
Oh,
most of the
no.
games that I play don't have romance in them, Red. That's the thing. There is one more. I'm not sure if I could say that it's the biggest one that has impacted me, but is the one that is coming to my head the most right now. Final Fantasy 16.
Okay. Well, careful for spoilers, because
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
So Clive, the main character, and
Don't
his
say the
childhood
person's.
friend.
Okay, I was gonna say don't say the name of the person.
I know. I'm not going to.
Okay.
So, classic childhood friend romance. They've known each other for most of their lives. The thing about this romance
Most of their
in Final
class.
Fantasy 16 that stop. I'm actually trying. I'm actually doing what y'all want me to do. So, so what makes this romance the more effective is the fact that most of the romance it's subtle, it's implied, it's not out in the open until like the very final act of the game. Like you can obviously see the looks, you can see the hints, you can tell in the dialogue that they really care for each other more than just comrades and friends. And then that final conversation that they have, I wouldn't say it made me tear up, but it made me go, this is how romance should be done. Like, it shouldn't just be outward bursts of affection and PDA and all that stuff. That's not how romance works. Not in games, and not in real life. So I would say if there was one romance in a game that's not really impacted me, but one that has left an impression, it would be Final Fantasy 16. Red, you'll understand once you play it.
Is that your full list?
That is my full list, but I just want to bring one up before you go to your last one, Holly, because
Yep.
I'm honestly surprised that no one brought it up in chat or with us. So
What is it?
why has no one? And you said it doesn't have to be romantic, right? Just a deep, like,
A
personal
love.
bond.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
A
be
love.
romantic love. Right, yeah.
Why has no one on this panel or in chat brought up Master Chief and Cortana?
Oh, that's a really good one. Wow, look, BT Maverick. BT Maverick as soon as
Yeah,
you said that.
he said it as
Like,
soon as
as you were
he typed
saying
it as
it, he
soon
knew
as
it.
I said it.
That's crazy.
Master
yeah,
Chief
yeah.
and Cortana.
It's a great one.
All of that build up from the first 3 games to Halo 4.
Yeah. That's wild, man. That's a really good one.
Like,
I
how
didn't
did-
even think about that. Yeah.
That's what made Halo 5's campaign. That's why it left more of a sour note in so many people's heads. Like, why would you ruin that relationship?
Yeah. A nerd says that because Cortana went cray. Yeah. She's
Exactly.
like, my name is Tina now. Or whatever. I haven't finished Halo Infinite yet.
Wait, what was it like?
It was like, my name is Tina now.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cortina.
Cortina. Yeah, exactly. That's good. Cortina.
Exactly.
Oh,
And so when Holly brought up romance, I was like, the most romantic video game relationship I could think of is Master Chief and Cortana. Like,
And you're
most of
right,
the games that I
you-
played didn't have romance.
Well, you said it really well. Like, the best types of romance are the ones that are really subtle and the ones that are, like, really sweet and, like, they're not, like, in your face. They're very, like, all right, well, I'll see you around kind of thing. And then, like, somebody makes, like, a gesture or, like a you know, like a, whatever. Like, you can start, like, are they, like, flirting or not, like, the obvious, like, I don't know, like, Mass Effect did do it well as, again, with Ashley, like, where she starts calling you Skipper, and you're like, is that a thing? And then eventually you're like, oh, that's her way of flirting because she's trying to be a hard ass. She's trying to be, you know, the
I would,
other things I mentioned, but
In terms of romance, Red, I would bring up Persona, considering, like, that's completely an option in that series.
yeah,
Like, in Persona 3 Reload, there
totally
is
agree.
a romance that I
don't
would
say anything because
but
that's the
what I'm
draw.
saying is I cannot talk about it without spoilers.
Right, okay.
So
got
I
you.
wasn't,
True
yeah.
77, Cyberpunk. Yeah, it's so true, man. I
There's
never
romance
did
in
the-
Cyberpunk?
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Yes, there is. It's so good. I've only ever done Pan Am because I play as a dude, so I can't. Judy won't have me. But, or I guess I could just.
She
make,
will with mods.
I guess I could just make.
Which
a
made
girl
me
look
so
like a
mad
guy.
because I found Pan Am's. I was a dude, and I found Pan Am so annoying. And I was like, Judy is just my type. I'm just waiting for Judy. And then you get
Yeah.
to the end, and you're like,
Yeah, you're like about to jump in the
all of my
water.
time.
You're like, it's happening,
Like,
and she's
girl,
like,
you
oh,
could
I'm not into your.
"Did
You're
this
like,
28 hours ago?
I know,
What is
I know.
wrong with you?
I know. I felt the same thing. I was like, wait, this is the thing, and she's like, sorry, bro, I'm not into you, and I'm like, And I just shoved her into the water and took her tank off her back.
Nerds and the Legends, like, which one was that game with Sonic, like, getting it up? He's Sonic 06? Jesus Christ, don't remind me about that.
Oh, with the
With the human princess and Sonic as the hedge. No.
what is this, Holly?
As a newfound Sonic fan, no.
I wish I could. We gotta get a one-man screen up so we can like single out when Holly's trying to.
So
show
can we all talk
things.
about the best romance in all of
Yes.
gaming? Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago.
We will, but we
Anya.
can't talk about that now.
On.
Anya. Yeah, Holly and I are
Anya.
finally in Gears 3, and so we want to wait until we.
Another
have a
honorable
conversation.
mention is It Takes Two.
Oh my God, that was really real. That felt.
Hey,
very
Arcane.
real.
I mean, Red. Arcane is screaming at you.
Arcane.
Well, that's
uh,
gotta
He's
be
screaming?
your-
Oh no,
your
he
own-
can't.
I'm
No
so
one's allowed
glad-
to. No one's allowed to. No, he can't. No, sorry, he can't. You can't yell at Red. He's the host of the show, so that's gonna have to be.
I
Yell
need
at me.
DeMarco to do all of the work for me because Red
my God.
ruined my good time.
What did I do?
Okay,
What did I
Nerds and the
ruin?
Legends with
Because
another clutch,
Arcane
Red.
is a mod. I can't.
Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry.
out
You're not.
when he's a
You're
mod.
not the captain now. Okay,
Okay,
so
Red, so
everyone is
speaking
literally
for
saying
Arcane.
it. Everyone is literally saying it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say mine. Everyone already knows what mine is, and it is, in fact, Geralt and Yennefer. It's the best. It's the best romance that I've ever seen done. Not just in a game, but just like because the game carried it over so well and didn't make it like lovey-dovey. The best part about Geralt and Yennefer's romance is how relatable it is because it's toxic in some ways. It's very like they don't see eye to eye all the time, but they still love each other and they know that they love each other. And part of the curse. Okay, what's happening? Both of you, is there something going on?
No.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
You
your
timed
faces
out
were
Arcane for a
distracting
million seconds?
No.
No.
me. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Anyway,
the fuck?
The thing about Geralt and Yennefer is that it feels very like real because like in real life relationships like it's never perfect, and I feel like in a lot of games, whenever there's like an issue with your player character and like another character that you're trying to romance, the issues that sort of come about are sort of just like glossed over and just done. They come up in one conversation and are done by the end of that same conversation. And Geralt and Yennefer, their issues are just, they're all over the place. And they happen all the time, especially in the books. I mean, it's all the time. Geralt and Yennefer are trying to like avoid each other. Like 90% of the time, they're like, we're not doing this. Like, we're not doing this. And then they'll bump into each other. And Geralt's like, good to, nice to see you again. And she's like, why are you here? And he's like, oh, not happy to see me. It's such, and the thing is, it's not like it's an abusive relationship, but it is teetering on the side of toxicity.
I mean, it sounds like
But-
it.
But the thing is, like, by the time that The Witcher 3 takes place, you're like, they are coming together. Well, they're coming together. They're coming together in a lot of ways. They come to like this
Red, stop.
Pause.
Anyway, so it's Geralt and Yennefer.
Pause.
Okay.
Rewind.
Let's start the show over. Let's see. Let's just start. Anyway, I could go on and on about this, but it is hands down Geralt and Yennefer in the Witcher series. Yeah, it's just the best. It's the best. I can't think of anything better than that. Yeah, yeah. Because it's realistic. I think is really all I'm trying to say. It feels realistic. It feels like that's like a believable relationship, rather than just like whatever else. Anything else. Anyway.
Damn.
Nice.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
They're
Am I
coming
last?
together on a stuffed
big one.
unicorn.
The big
Thank
one.
you.
Wait.
Wait.
Hey.
Yeah.
Holly still has to go last.
Oh, I know.
The
I know.
last one.
Yeah.
The most epic. Like, I was almost crying thinking about it. But it
Oh,
goes on
God.
just like, okay. The setup.
Do it.
Is it Abby in the golf club?
ignoring that.
That's the end
It
of the
is
show.
not romantic. It is just deeply emotional. So there's a mission called Veteran Strangers that you take on.
Wait, I want one more. Sorry, I got one more.
Damn it!
Sorry.
Oh, for
no, I got one more.
She's
in,
about to
I
start
don't-
crying. Yeah.
I don't remember in the characters' names, but in
Whatever it is, it sucks. It's not as good as mine.
Yeah, I muted him.
have you ever
Oh, that's
played
a
that?
good one.
You
Yeah,
have
it's
you have the
good.
main character, and then you have the woman in the watchtower that you never actually see
Wait, what
ever.
game is
You don't
this?
see her. It's called Firewatch. It's a little indie game.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't
And-
played it,
and
but I
you-
know. Yeah.
And you play as this character, and he left because he was getting away from his wife who had like dementia, and he was like tired. He couldn't care for her anymore, so he escaped and started working in a Firewatch tower. And then there's a girl, a female Firewatch woman in another tower, and you're just talking to her over the radio over the course of several days, and then you see the tension start to build up, like. And it was done so well for this person that you've never met. You've only ever heard their voice. And it was such
really
a cool freaking story. I mean, it got weird. It didn't need to go in the direction it
I
did.
agree. I know. I got a little like, oh, come on, right?
Yeah,
but you want to shit.
It didn't need to go the direction it did, but
honorable mention.
phenomenal. All right, do
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
made
done.
me remind it. No, just I wish that I had said this earlier. If you have not played Maquette, Maquette, it is the most beautiful story. It's a puzzle game where you are unwrapping things that have happened in your relationship with your significant other, and Maquette. It is phenomenal. You've got to go play it. It's on every platform. It's so good. It's really cheap too right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful game where it's this couple that's talking through as the narratives when you find these puzzle pieces or like finish these puzzles. And it's very emotional. It's like kind of like It Takes Two level emotion. Yes.
I got another.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah.
You made me think
I'm
of it.
doing my last one, and that's it.
I swear.
I
to you,
mean,
even if
he made me think of
another-
one too.
No, even if I think of another, I'm not gonna bring it up. But I
It's
did.
Valentine's week. Come on.
Do you love people love life, right? Does that count?
No.
It's loving
Nah.
something, even though it's not a person. Does that count?
12
He's gonna
minutes is
talk
very
about the
good.
Stanley Parable, isn't he?
No.
Drew's right.
Well, I mean Stanley and the Bucket. Actually, that's a really good. Stanley and the Bucket
Oh
is
my
a
God.
really.
No.
Stanley and the Bucket's a really good one, actually. Love the Bucket. If you haven't played Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, you have no idea. But like, Stanley and the Bucket is a romance to beat all romance. It's the bucket.
Oh, he's just stunned.
Holly, it's the bucket, Holly. It's the bucket. You don't unless you've
Don't you love
experienced the bucket, you don't get the bucket. All right? It's
Okay,
the bucket.
can we let
I'm
let
about
her
to-
do her thing?
The actual one. There's an indie game called Before Your Eyes, and you need a camera to play it because the whole I've talked about this game before. The whole game is controlled by your blinking, and then like Roy from Rick and Morty. If anybody's watched Rick and Morty, the game Roy, where you go through like Roy's life and you play, it's like that, but you're playing a character and then you go through their life, but and it's you have love and romance and family and friends and jobs and passions and the love and loss, and it goes through this whole thing. It's amazing. It's wonderful. There's romance in it. It counts. Stanley Parable in the Bucket tops all of you. It tops yours, Holly. Doesn't matter, but it does. It's the bucket. It's the bucket. But also play that game Before Your Eyes. It was
Play Maquette.
exceptional. And Maquette. I'm done. I'm shutting up for the rest of the show. Go.
Anybody else have any other ones to add?
I'm just gonna
actually-
say Link and Zelda,
Okay.
and that's it.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
it.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
Yep. All right. Continue.
I mean, they're living together in Tears of the Kingdom for
True
crying out loud.
77 is Doom. The love for Doomslayer's shotgun, his weapons. Because every time
The
he gets a
love
new
that the
weapon, he's like,
Doomslayer
"Oh,
has
yeah."
for the boomstick.
Yeah, he's just like caressing his weapons every time he gets like a new one. He's like, "Oh hell yeah, brother!" And he kisses it. He's like, Okay, go ahead, Holly. It's
All
finally
right, go,
time.
Holly.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a mission called Veteran Strangers in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And you meet this man who got kicked off his horse, and he's really screwed up. And you help him get back to his cabin, and you go get the horse. You bring the horse back. And throughout the game, which is Red Dead Redemption 2, you keep going back to this cabin, and you keep just visiting him. You do little side quests for him. He gets better. He is your kind of like your oasis from all of the crazy things, right, that you're doing in Red Dead. So along the way, something tragic, and I'll try to keep some spoilers out of this. Something tragic happens, and the horse that you helped rescue is named Buell. And this man gives you Buell. And Buell becomes your faithful, loving horse companion throughout the game. Do you know where this is going?
Yeah, I'm like.
So Arthur he's gay with a horse?
No, it's. Oh my god!
this
I almost
beautiful-
forgot about
You-
this. I almost forgot about this.
I'm so confused.
So Buell is your your ride or die, literally, right? And there is a moment in the game where you're going up a mountain to have a fight, and it's late game, and you can either let Buell go or you ride Buell up the mountain. And I don't know. I don't know how much to say, but if you take Buell with you, there is a scene, and it's all foreshadowing. There's foreshadowing through this entire. This is secretly one of the core side content, premium missions, whatever you want to call it, that actually is foreshadowing of all different parts of the game as you keep going back, right?
Yeah.
Of all of the main events that
Yep.
will happen throughout the
It's
entire
like
game.
what's the word? It's a mirror. What's the word? It's
like a
what's the word? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. It's like the mirror of what is.
yeah,
to
it's
come. What the
it's
fuck
an
is it?
allegory. I think it's allegory.
Yeah, allegory. No, and chat. What the hell is the word? It's not an allegory. It's fuck. Continue.
Yeah. So, depending on what you do, if you take Buell with you, there's a scene where you're with Buell in his last moments, and it is the most gut-wrenching, ugly cry, just stank face moment because of the emotional bond that you have with this horse. And it is also foreshadowing for other things that are coming in the game, I won't say. And it is just it just makes you put down your controller and just
Bawl your
bawl
eyes
like
out.
a freaking baby.
Yeah.
And that game is so good at emotion. I don't think there's any other game that's made me that emotional as that game has. And it's not just that point. There's other things that happen too that make you that emotional too. But that bond between Arthur and Buell is one of the strongest emotional it's love, right? It's love for your pet, right? It's he's your companion, all of the things, right? So that is the best emotionally bonding love whatever that I can think of in a story. That's it, chat. What do you think? If you haven't played Red Dead 2, you might not quite understand. But I saw Andrew says, my buddy never finished the game because of that part. He quit and never finished. It was his favorite game until that point. Yep. It is. But once you then you like can move through, and then there's other things that it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Yep.
I resent that, Yodani.
There are so many moments in Red Dead 2 that we can talk about. So I put up a goal. It's funny, Holly and I have talked about this for we last brought it up like
A
long
year.
time ago. It was almost like a year ago, that we wanted to do a spoiler, just full-on discussion talk with me, Holly, and Colt about Red Dead Redemption 2.
You put Red, Colt, and Colt.
Did I? Well,
Yes.
Hey, listen, 2 Colts
I'm
are better
Colt.
than 1. Hey, we got Colt.
I got a Colt in the house.
Colt. Red. So for anyone looking at the goal, it's me, Holly, and Colt. That's what it was the whole idea. So if you want that, me, Holly, and Colt spoiler cast Red Dead, there it is. I really do want to do that because there are so many moments in Red Dead 2 that need to be talked about. There's so much to break down, and that game is 7 years old, right? Is that right, math? Yeah, 7 years old.
Which one?
It's crazy.
And man, it looks better than most games that are still coming out today.
Yeah,
Visuals in that game are gorgeous.
yeah, it's crazy. True 77
Hey.
says Temu Colt and regular Colt. We'll get them both on. Don't you worry. We'll get them both. Anyway, yeah. So thank you for sharing that, Holly. That was beautiful. And yeah, it's so funny because love. I think I went for like more of like the romance thing, but I had more ideas. I feel like Telltale should have been at the top of my list because that was.
I feel so dirty. Like most of my romantic
good.
impressions on the games that I played were all tragic.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that
all
is
three of the
Usually
ones
what
I
leaves a
mentioned were
longer
tragic.
impact with you,
Yeah,
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, like the ones that really you're like, wow, that's. I mean, like I brought up Geralt and Yennefer just because like it felt.
Yeah, I have
They're-
questions for you about your relationships. After that, like,
no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
yeah, I do.
I've been in a
That
lot
was
of-
borderline abuse.
I've been
From what you were
I've-
describing.
I've been through it. I will say that. I've been there. So maybe that's just me
That's-
saying it's okay to be in a toxic
Oh.
relationship. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that
What the
sometimes,
fuck?
like if you're
Someone
in a
clip that.
relationship, yeah, if someone, whenever you're in. I guess whenever something feels relatable, like, because we play video games because it's escapism, right? So whenever something hits you in a way that you're like, oh, you're not supposed to do that in a video game. Like, make me mad at someone 1 second, and then the next second I'm like, oh, like, I guess we're fine. Or, I don't know what's happening. But that kind of stuff did happen in Telltale as well. Like, Clementine would do things, and you'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you scared the shit out of me. Like, and I'm mad at you. You did stupidest thing in the fucking world, and I'm trying to protect you. And then the next minute, she's like, I'm sorry, Lee. And you're like, fuck, Jesus Christ.
I completely forgot. Like Holly said, it didn't have to be romantic love, but parental
Yeah.
love could also count. Joel and Ellie.
That's what I'm saying. Well, and that's why, and Holly brought that up. Yeah, that's exactly, so I should have broadened my horizons.
I
as far
didn't.
as-
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah. And then the game, and then that's the only Last of Us game that really exists. So
Yeah,
True.
it's a shame that it never got a sequel, right, Holly?
yeah, it's a shame that Last of Us never.
I
got
don't
a sequel.
know. I've peeked into the world of sequel on that game, and I think that we're better off where we are.
Yeah, it's last I heard from Joel and Ellie was I swear, and then it just cut to black, and we never heard from that universe again.
DeMarco, you okay?
He's not loving this segment.
He's like, my Stromboli has been waiting
The story
for
wasn't.
hours.
The story was not the best, but it wasn't as bad as you guys say.
In Last of Us?
Oh no, it was.
Yes.
Oh,
I
it was.
mean,
It was worse. I'm
It
being
was worse.
not- It was not as bad as you make it out. The combat and the gameplay and the looting and the exploration. all
notice how he talks about everything else besides the story.
I
He
admit the
went
story
off
wasn't the
topic.
best. the story wasn't the best. I get it, but like,
we have none of it, and the three of us did not complain about anything else about that game.
but
It is the story,
you make
and
it
even
out
the
like
character.
you make it out like the game was criminal, like it's an illegal
It
production.
was. It
It
was.
was.
Because the story
really was.
wasn't that great doesn't negate all the other cool stuff about it.
Marco, if I agree with Assassin and Red agrees with Assassin,
There's a conundrum.
There's a problem here.
The story.
The
bad
only
story,
reason-
bad story does
look,
not
I'm
negate
just
all the
going to
other
say it.
cool crap that the game does.
I'm just going to say
it
it.
is.
When the
I will
leaks
die on
happened
this hill.
for that game, when the leaks happened for Part 2,
The Last
back
of
in
Us
April
2
that
was
year.
still a good
Hush,
game, even though the
hush.
story wasn't good.
hush your mouth. When the leaks happened, and everybody found out about what happened in that game, I didn't see the leaks, and I did not see the leaks at all. I was like, you know what? Benefit of the doubt, I'm going to play it at launch. It cannot be that bad.
It was worse.
Holy fuck, it was bad. And
the
I
thing
went
is-
after I was done.
BT.
After I was done, I went to the leaks and I was like, "Oh my god, it was all true."
BT,
And
are you
I
doing,
could not
like,
believe what
community
they did.
to stay out of jail? Why else? Why are you playing that game in April?
Yeah, Maverick,
DeMarco,
you're better
what
off
I'll say
now.
is, I think that the reason that my hatred. Hatred is a strong word, but my hatred
Red,
for the
wait,
game
wait,
is
I wasn't done, Red,
elevated.
wait.
Well, I'll just say that because I'm going to lose my train of thought because
Yeah, go.
is that the reason that my disdain for that game is so high is because everything about the game is perfect. The combat is fucking amazing. The performances are incredible. The visuals are like, you can't even compare them to most games at all. There's so much, everything about that game is perfect in every way, and then that fucking story spoils
Ruins
everything.
pretty much the
and like,
whole thing.
and I've
Story?
never been so
Everything.
frustrated. It's the same thing that I
You
felt about
old
like Dragon
bunch
Age.
of
It's like
bubble blowing double babies.
The part,
Story
the
is so
thing
bad
about
that it
single player
takes number
games.
one.
The
story
thing
is
about
so bad.
single player games, if the story is the foundation. If the story is not good, the rest of it falls apart.
No, it's not. I can prove that it's not. Doom is not about the story. It's about the gameplay. I know that's that's very different from the type of game that Naughty Dog makes. But you cannot objectively say that if it's a single player game,
A single
that the
player
story-
narrative
that the
game
story-
that Naughty
the
Dog is
story
known
the
for.
Only thing. It's not the only thing that matters. Everything Red just explained. Everything was perfect about it. Besides
And
this,
then the story fucked it up. I'm sorry.
no.
When the leaks happened and everyone was complaining
That's
about
it.
it.
That's it. We're done.
Lotus
The
has
gameplay,
got the final
gameplay
word
was
on
good.
this.
You can enjoy that game because
gotta
of the gameplay. You can enjoy it because of the gameplay. It was solid. It was really damn fun to go through. The story was not the best, although I do respect the decision that was made. I disagree with the way that it was done.
Look,
All I hear is the Charlie Brown teacher.
I understand. Whenever I say that the story was bad, they go, "Oh, you just didn't want Joel to die." I expected Joel to die. I wanted Joel to die. Not that way, though.
Yeah, well,
I wanted him to
spoiler.
go out in a blaze of glory, defending his decision. Not like that.
Point of The Last of Us. That's not the point of the whole world of The Last of Us. Is that nobody's safe. Like, you can die from the dumbest crap because it's a little bit more
And he did.
dirty.
He
than
did
it's
die.
not
And he
Hollywood.
did.
The game is not meant to be a Hollywood thing where he's like going out guns blazing with dual wield
Hey, Red.
revolvers. It's
Red,
not
here,
it.
Red, here.
The world
Red,
is
dude,
grim.
Red,
It's
tell me if you
dark.
remember this.
It's dirty.
When the story leaks happened, and everyone was
problem
pissed off
was-
about the narrative that they went, everyone agreed it
problem
was the
was-
story that they had the problem with. Shut it, you. It was the story that was the problem. Then as soon as Neil and Laura Bailey and everyone got attacked for what happened in the game,
Not like
all of a
these.
sudden
Not
the,
like these.
the constructive criticism went out the window. Then the culture wars started to seep into the conversation, and every bit of constructive criticism about that story all of a sudden gone. Oh, you just hate it because it was culture war, or because you didn't like the way Joel died. No, that's not what I have an issue with. The issue with is what these characters are just so completely out of whack. Like Tommy's not like what?
Tommy's character.
Like I don't care about like Dina.
Yeah.
Just seems
He
like a
was
bitch.
neutered.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck was who the fuck are you, Jesse? Like the main antagonist. You're trying to get me to.
I like Jesse a lot.
Well, it makes sense. You like the character that nobody remembers, and he got shot in the face, and nobody even remembered after.
I would heartily disagree with that, but anyway.
But anyway, yeah, that
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That game.
Was that the one that he
holy
ran into
crap.
the building? Never mind. I'm sorry. Someone, I apologize. Someone literally said, "I'm gonna play this soon."
I'm trying to get us
Maverick
to.
is gonna play it soon.
BT Maverick.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just
Good
stop
luck,
because
bro.
thank you, Lotus, for stopping everything. And then Yodani's like, nah, let him. Okay, so anyway, BT Maverick, BT Maverick, no, like I know that he just left, which I agree, I would have too. But hey, listen, we can have a whole. I've never seen DeMarco's face look like that. He's so. Listen, I would love to actually have a discussion about Last of Us. I would love to do more spoiler cast type podcast. That would be a lot of fun if we could find time. But look, we're very passionate about it, and Lotus Esprit just said, "Stop now. The game was trash." Even on the
Okay. The only thing I will say to DeMarco is
Thank you,
this,
guys. I
and
appreciate
maybe it'll jog his memory a bit. You're free to have your opinion, DeMarco, but you're wrong, and you're stupid.
And no, it's you're wrong, and I hate you. That's what it is.
Oh, never mind. You're wrong, and we hate you.
And he hates you. There you go. That's the DeMarco.
No.
Exactly.
We
all
hatred.
hate
Embrace it.
There you go.
Ironically, we're
Respect
doing a better story about hate about The Last of Us than The Last of Us.
There you go. Look, just this podcast was a better story
Well,
than.
BT Maverick, you are going to have to come back and give us your honest opinions if you can make it through that trash fest, and let us
It's
know.
not a trash fest.
I mean,
DeMarco, this is so weird. I feel like I'm like in
These
like the third
babies.
dimension. Like I swear to God that you hated it too. I didn't
No,
know
he
that.
did not.
Always I think
No, he loved it.
The story, the way. Listen, the problem is with like Tommy's. Like Assassin said, Tommy's character is completely inconsistent. It was
The
terrible.
characters are inconsistent throughout the whole game,
I think. Yeah. Well.
and they're
the
off.
the main characters are inconsistent. Like Dina's fine.
What do you
Jesse's
mean the main
fine.
characters? The only other characters besides the main characters are the
Dina is
NPCs you
fine.
kill.
Dina's consistent. Jesse's consistent. Like the main cast, Joel, Tommy, Ellie, they're inconsistent. The problem was, for example, like Joel's death would have been a lot more gratifying if you have all those scenes where you get to see the Yes, it would have been. You have all those scenes where you see the flashbacks. And if
It would have
those
been
things-
great to see.
if those things happened and built out to the main event, then you would have had a more impactful moment. But instead, it's just like he went for pure shock value. That's one of the problems. Jacksepticeye does a really good job of explaining the way that they could have pivoted it at it's somewhere at probably the end of its Let's Play series that he did on it. It's like the last episode, the credits are rolling, he talks about his thoughts and gets some of them out, and he explains all of this, and I completely agree with him that it still wasn't great, but they could have made it into something better. So I think
They
there's
could
a
have
lot
made it
more
into something
redeeming
special.
qualities about the story than most people say, because most people turn around and they look at it and they go, this was garbage, like this was garbage, but they don't think constructively how all those elements, like just because it could have been a better experience doesn't make it a good experience. But I think when you see the direction and you understand a little bit deeper the way that Neil Druckmann was trying to go, where again it ties into nobody's safe. Yes, Jesse just bam got but that's the way it plays out. Like that's the way of this world. And I don't know. I see.
True 77. I don't think any of us want to see
and
that.
then you lump it in with the gameplay, like the gameplay itself, which was top notch. I love the
story.
scavenging.
Look, all I'm saying is, if The Last of Us Part 3 gets announced, just don't be surprised that a lot of people are not going to be excited about it because Part 2.
Well, and
When Part 3 is announced,
DeMarco-
I don't think me, Holly, and Red are going to be interested at all. Like, there's no point.
I'm not even gonna
Lotus-
watch. I'm not. I'm never playing another one of those games.
Like The
again.
Last of Us Part 3,
And
in
I'm
my
not watching
for me,
the
I think
HBO
will be the only PlayStation first-party game I will never touch.
Well, DeMarco, I think I actually completely agree with you. Like the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Like that is what. Like if Joel had died in a different way and at a different time in the game, I would have been fine. But like Neil Druckmann leaned into.
They could have had
this...
the same moments. That's the thing. It could have had the exact same moments. It just the pacing of it was completely off.
Like
I
if we
agree.
started
I
at the
agree.
beginning
Keep in
where
mind,
Ellie
too-
and Joel are not talking, right? They're not talking. But over the course of the game, as they work together, they rebuild the bond that they had. They start to trust each other again. And at the very end, then Joel can die, and then you can start the
Well,
theme
not
of
the very
revenge
end,
and
but-
hatred.
Not
Well,
the
not the
very
very
end,
end,
but
but like somewhere it's like somewhere
It
in
would
between.
have had to be. It would have had
half
to be
and a
within
quarter.
the first. It would have had to be within the first like 5 hours.
It's not even that. It's that they're demanding that you have a bond with a character that you have no backstory, no emotional commitment to, nothing to make you have any sort of investment in this other character.
True. Saying.
And there's no development.
It did not help. It did not help that the whole time from announcement to release, Neil Druckmann was like, we know how much you love these characters. We know how much you love Joel and Ellie. This is going to be... The first game was about love. This one's going to be about hate. Well, he got that part right.
He got that right.
But-
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But the
yeah.
whole point is, from when they announced it to release, everyone was expecting this is another Joel and Ellie story. no one wanted Ellie and who the fuck are you? I hate you. You just killed a character that I love, that I've heard of, that I've played for years. Fuck you. I don't want anything to do with you. Why are you making me play with her for 12 hours? I hate this.
Okay.
Why?
All right, there you go. Is that all you had to
Why are
say,
you having me
Assassin?
beat up? Why are you having me beat up?
A pregnant
Fucking
woman. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Why?
Sorry, Lotus. Lotus.
Next subject to me.
do we have another
All right,
subject?
All right, listen. No, I'm gonna be respectful. DeMarco, what do you have to say? Just last final thoughts. And there, no one will.
Check me out on YouTube at
Oh,
DeMarco
okay,
Dude,
you're
on
going
Twitter
straight.
at DeMarco Dude, for more horrible takes.
Check out his
Yeah,
Mass
'cause you
Effect
got-
video, by the way, which
I mean, you
love
got
the
you
Mass
got
Effect
some
This
bad
video.
takes,
podcast-
DeMarco, but not as bad,
this
not as
pod-
bad, not as many as Red.
Let's just get away from Last of Us and just real quick. Let's just
Yeah, let's
depart
not let,
completely.
let's just let's
Last
Cleanse
of
your
Us.
palate and think about Port Buell. That's it.
Exactly. There you go. There you
yeah,
go.
let's go to a better conversation. DeMarco, how about you and I talk about why Starfield sucks?
Oh
you
my
can find me
god.
at DeMarco
Okay.
Dude on Twitter,
Uh,
DeMarco Dude on YouTube. You could follow me in those two places. Links in the description.
DeMarco.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you
Stop
so
it.
much, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going?
Red, you
DeMarco's
might want
podcast
to
on
read your
Thursday
Donnie
night.
super chat. Damn it.
Okay, so all right, listen. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for the super chats. Yodani. By the way, shout out to FarQ who became a channel member. He became a Renegade runner. Thank you so much for doing that, man. It was
From
awesome.
Guatemala at that.
From Guatemala. Yeah, can you imagine? He like pulled
On
it off
vacation.
somehow. Yeah, exactly. Isn't Guatemala where the prison is? Or that Guantanamo Bay? That's what I'm thinking. There's too many Guas. I was like, yeah, FarQ's not in prison.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much, FarQ. I really appreciate that, bro. That means everything. I really appreciate it. Yadani Kazada, thank you again. And Yadani says, thanks to Marco. My children are crying. You ruined their Christmas. My pasta boiled over and is too soft. Your takes have ruined my day. Just unsubbed. Sad. So thank you. Thank you. I'm not kidding though. Your Mass Effect video
Johnny.
was so great. I loved it and I agreed with you like 100%. And then
That
I
a
was so
while ago.
surprised whenever you were like, and everyone hated me. And I'm like, anyway, this is why we have a discussion so that way we can talk like adults. And Lotus, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. It's so nice of you. Just to say next subject immediately. It just killed me.
Hey, Red, do you remember
God.
Striking Distance Studios?
That sounds familiar.
Callisto Protocol?
Oh, yeah, I thought that was.
Yeah. Their next game is a live service.
Fuck. Well, shit. All right. Well, DeMarco's
Correct.
hungry. We're way past due. We're way due past due. DeMarco wants to eat his. What are you gonna eat?
Stromboli.
Well, I'm gonna. That's a good question. I don't know. It's gonna be takeout. Tonight.
What's in your fridge? Like, what can you think of like to make? You got like some lunch meat, or you got some bagels?
I got a pork roast.
You got a pork roast. You got a pork roast in your fridge?
Yeah.
Is that like you went to like a family's house and they're like, take this, son?
Oh my gosh. All right. We've hit the max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We
DeMarco,
did
tell
it.
them day after tomorrow is Thursday, which means it's your favorite day, everyone. It's the Push Start podcast featuring DeMarco on his channel, which is in the description below, every Thursday.
The fuck?
At what time?
Tomorrow's not Thursday, Red.
I
He said
day
in
after
2
tomorrow.
days. He did. Yeah, day after
You
tomorrow.
said tomorrow.
6:30
No.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, and what happens there?
We talk about different things. We talk about some new stuff. We go through the bite-sized bits, the bite-sized stories, and we launch into the bigger news for whatever's going on this week. And then on
You
top
and
of that, my
Jonas
favorite,
is your permanent co-host?
Jonas is my permanent co-host. That's right. And then
Really?
at the end of the show is my favorite part where we talk about literally anything else, which it's my favorite because I like to get to know everyone that's watching a lot better. It's fun for me. So check it out, 6:30
You
p.m.
kill it,
Eastern
man.
Standard
I'm not lying.
Always
Like
day.
your podcast is so great.
Always day.
It's so
you.
great, and it's become like my new thing. Like I save your podcast immediately because I'm in and out live, so I save it to like listen to it back, and it's so great. I love it. So be sure to go check out DeMarco, his podcast on Thursday, day after tomorrow. In the description, the link is there. Holly, where are you? Why are you? And when are you?
I'm done.
Mud bus. That's where I am. That's when I am.
I hit the wall. Friday nights. I'm on the what's it called? The Infinite Podcast on Risk It for the Biscuits channel. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. And really appreciate your wonderful love story. God, it was so good. It was such a, so good. Assassin, look at you. Look, you're on screen now.
Assassin, go get a haircut.
Yeah, get that hair out of your face, boy. I probably shouldn't say.
You know, the funny thing is,
Not even
I
here.
actually looked like that in high school.
With blue hair and all that.
Not the blue hair, but the haircut, the style, the pose.
Okay, little earphones and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, we weren't allowed to have headphones, but anyway.
We weren't. allowed to
You
have
can
ears.
find.
Yeah, go ahead. It's
Okay,
a
Red.
hardcore boarding school. Yeah, go ahead.
Shut it.
Yep.
So, I will. As long as PlayStation doesn't have another frickin' outage, I should start streaming Prey again tomorrow.
Fuck
Please, I'm begging. Please, don't. Fuck up, Sony. I really want to beat this. Anyway, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter. The links are in the description down below.
Yes.
I've been told that I'm good at streaming. I don't know how true that is. But, yeah. I do that. Now. I don't know how to market myself. I should work on that.
You should, well, you already know what we're going to say, how to market yourself better.
Well, I can always ask, my friends for help.
Holly, what's going on?
She's just done.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's like, maybe I'm not understanding. I'll be in.
That was the funniest little assassin like ramble moment.
What?
For a long time, I loved it.
What do you mean?
I don't
You
know
did
how
good.
to market myself, and yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and
Hey, okay. I'm tired. I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. Give me a
DeMarco's
break.
like, I feel you, bro. And he's like, DeMarco's like, I haven't feasted on anything in 7 hours.
Well, see, the thing is, DeMarco's on camera, so he can't afford to eat in front of everybody. That's his fault, not
I
mine.
mean, I can.
He can afford it.
Then why don't you?
You should when like 7:45 hits, you should just grab your food and just start eating. That'd actually be
Hey.
fantastic. I would love that.
I won't be here at 7:45. So do you want to wrap it up in the next?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm sorry. We were late. Now we're going over. You can find me at Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter. Follow me there. The link in the description is in the description, and the link is there in the description. You can find it there, and you click on it and touch it and lick it and suck it and do all the things you can to it, and that'll be great. Yep. Anyway, so listen, thank you all so much. Had a rough start behind the scenes getting the show started, but here we are. Had the time of my life. And it was all thanks to you guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Oh, my goodness. And we will see you next time for episode 94 of the Renegade Realm podcast. Goodbye, everyone. I love you all.
Wait!
Bye.
We're waving. It's too late.
Okay, we're waiting.
Okay.
Sorry, it's happening.
Yeah.